Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting and fun-filled episode of your show. That's right. It's the Kickout Crew. And we just want to give a special shout out. Sorry, I was doing a little ladies' man there because thanks to last week's guest, Mr. Rolando Perez. I know if you've listened to the archives, there's been a little chirping on my end, but man, I was quieted down pretty fast because Rolando's actually a pretty good guy. But when he's a heel, he's a son of a bitch. Fucking jackass. But outside of that, pretty good guy. So I hope you listened to last week's episode because I'll say it. Rolando Perez is a star. There. Boom. My check better be in the mail, Rolando. Shout out. But no, had a lot of fun on last week's episode. Watch along matches with him. Pretty good. He's going places. I'll give him that. But God, I've been too nice to him. So it's time to welcome you to episode 77 of the Kickout Crew, your show. We would also like you to go to angrylemonade.net and check out the merch for your show. And hey, pick up a shirt or two or 4 or 5, 7. Who knows? Whatever. Assorted colors and everything. And Kickout Crew on all of our socials. You can reach us there. Obviously. But hey, I've said way too much, so it's time to have some fucking fun, because that's what we do here on your show. Speaking of your show, I guess it's Brad's turn. So, Brad, what you got for us this week?
So last Friday, I went out to lunch with a buddy of mine. We do this about once a month. We don't hang out like we used to, but we went out to lunch, and we sat at the counter, and I saw the specials on the blackboard there. They actually had specials, and it was like a grilled cheese with bacon, French fries, and a tomato basil soup. I'm like, for like $8. I'm like, that sounds like a deal. I'm getting it. So I order it. And she goes, yeah, we're out of the tomato basil. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, never mind. I hold up on what I want then. She's like, well, we have other soups. I'm like, okay, well, go ahead. She's like, we have clam chowder, chicken noodle, and split pea. Well, fuck that split pea right off the bat. I mean, that shit it's green shit coming out of my ass on a bad Saturday or Sunday morning after a long Saturday night, if you catch my drift. So I'm not doing that. So I said, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go with the burger and fries. The soup was the whole thing. So then the girl goes, well, what's wrong with the clam chowder? I'm like, I'm not really a seafood person. She's like, well, no seafood. Now this is the other waitress talking. I'm like, yeah, no seafood. She goes, well, I didn't used to like fish either. But now I do like some of the shellfish. I'm like, man, this is a lot of talking, right? So like, yeah, I hear you. I'm just not a seafood person. She goes, all right, well, what's your favorite food? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I go, and he's talking next to me, and I go, I really don't have a favorite food. And she's like, all right, well, here's the new thing. All right, it's your last day on earth. You can get one meal. What's it going to be? I'm like, holy shit. I'm just here. We're talking to my friend here. What are you? You two ladies are bored? You're not getting enough love at home? All right, Frank, you're freaking fine. Medium rare steak, filet with crumbled blue cheese on it. You done? Didn't go over well when I yelled that, but I still gave him the 20% tip and everything. Like, I'm just saying, listen, I appreciate pleasant conversation, but I'm not there to talk with the waitresses the whole time. And by the way, they're not hitting on me. They're just being overly annoying. Second thing, I want to talk about Sylvester Stallone. I was listening to Click This, that is the Kevin Nash podcast, and one of the questions was, how much time did you spend with Sylvester Stallone on the set, and do you notice that he wears a hairpiece? And I'm thinking, what kind of bullshit question are you asking Kevin Nash about Sylvester Stallone's hairpiece? Here you have the man that beat Goldberg. You have the man that ended the streak. You have one of the kings of the NWO. And you're freaking talking about Sylvester Stallone's hairpiece? Who gives a shit? That's your question? Freaking drove me crazy. So
which head did he have the hairpiece on?
There it is. So I'm driving home from the gym. There it is, the gym again. And the light comes on for the gas tank. And I'm like, gas? I go, I just put gas in this bitch on Monday. I filled it up. So I'm like, I'm pissed off. So I go back inside and I say, hey, and I noticed my little door was open on the gas tank. So I'm like, hey, somebody siphoned my gas out of the car in the parking lot. She's like, what? I'm like, let's get the security cameras out. So we're looking at the cameras. Nobody siphoned any gas from me. So I'm like, man, that is weird. I just got gas Monday and it's Tuesday. Here, it was not Monday. It was Friday, and I only put $25 in because the gas, the pump was slow, and I got irritated and just said, you know what, fuck it, we can get gas some other time. So I wasted everybody's time for nothing.
Famous last words.
I
I
didn't
get
admit
gas
anything.
later.
Though. I didn't
Good
admit
job.
anything.
I
Good
hate
job,
when
kid.
X-Man pump is slow. I can't stand it.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like the
got that.
biggest problem in most ranting
Hit a nerve.
stands is wasting time. Honestly, Brad, you just get pissed if people waste
How
your
high?
time.
How much? Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. So anyway, I want to talk also about Taylor Swift again with Travis
God,
Kelce. No, listen. It's
Jesus.
again. I know this is all
Seriously?
anybody's talking about, and I'm not really on board with the whole thing, but I'm also not
Yes,
against
yeah.
it because let me tell you something. I totally get why NBC would do this. Okay, it's the second biggest football game since the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Yeah. The whole point is to get people to watch TV. If you are a TV station, I get it. And guess what? If Taylor Swift wants to come on the show, the Kick Out Crew, she's coming. Okay? And guess what? We'll change the name for a day to the Kick Out Swifts. We don't care. We want people to listen, and if she gets people to listen, we're gonna do it just like NBC.
Could
It'll
you
be the
imagine?
It'll be the kick out Swifties.
It'll be whatever the hell she wants it to be. Is the point, right?
I
Back to
agree.
you, James. Back to you.
That game had 24 million viewers for just a
Right?
Aaron Rodgers is injured. Like whatever.
My daughter watched more of that game. Lotus watched more of that game than any other football game combined.
The female demographic is tuning in heavy. Some would say, you think it's a work that they do this so they can get the female demographic? Because
I'll tell you this. If Mr. Kelce breaks up with her, he's the biggest heel on the earth.
and I'll write your name.
That's all I got this week. Back to
Hey.
you, James.
She loves the players and he loves the game. So, whatever.
Man.
Oh boy, I can't believe that's 2 Taylor Swift references for me. Moving on. So thanks, Brad. Always a pleasure. Your week is always something. But up next, we have Mike. So Mike, what do you have for us this week?
Well, originally I had planned to come on here and talk about me winning that big Powerball. That's like $1 billion, but that shit didn't happen. So
Shocker.
this week, of course, we had Edge join AEW. We got Jay going to WWE, and I was thinking, if WWE would do a draft with AEW with who they got now, who would you like to see switch over, or who else? Since we got people already going.
Brian Danielson. No, I'm kidding.
I honest to God think Jade Cargill. I mean, I think I know it's been a couple of weeks now, but that was just she is sports entertainment all the way.
Wardlow,
So, yes,
Wardlow has to be next.
By the way, what did you think of him a couple of days ago? That was out of nowhere, huh?
Powerhouse Hobbs.
All right, so who's
What
recruiting
do you
who?
think they're gonna do with Jade?
I think she's going to be champion eventually. I do. I don't.
Well, eventually, probably, yeah. But
I mean, no, they're going to bring her to the NXT first. So I really thought she was going to come out at No Mercy. I really did. And she didn't. I
She's
thought
not
that she
going-
would-
She's not going
Wrestling.
NXT. She's not going NXT.
No,
I
that's
don't think she's
100%
going,
sure.
I'm just
I
going
don't
to tell you, she'll be on Raw.
Yeah,
I mean,
think she's
LA
on
Knight
Raw
went
or
there.
SmackDown.
She's going to Raw.
Just because they're making a big deal out of it.
I think she's going to
They're not
Impact.
True.
All right, so we got a draft. So who would be better at AEW and who would be better at WWE? Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah. Like they could just switch to and
Wardlow, for
I would
sure.
love to see AJ Styles in AEW.
I think that'd be real good.
What is it?
Former leader of the Bullet Club. He could join up with Jay White and the Bang Bang Gang. And Juice.
See, I think someone like Chad Gable works better in AEW.
Finn Balor.
Oh,
in AEW.
What about Jimmy Uso? He went by himself.
Who?
And Oos?
Jimmy Uso.
No, they the whole bloodline deal. They need to stay in WWE.
I
Or
would
what
love
if
to
it
see the
conquers
Young
both
Bucks with
promotions?
the Uso brothers.
I do think it's time for Kenny Omega to make the move, but he already signed that contract. So I would draft him if I was a WWE right now.
Jericho?
You think MJF is going to do anything when he goes over there?
If he
Yeah.
goes,
I think he's going to go.
he's champion.
he's already
Where else is there?
AEW be, boy, that'll change the game if he leaves AEW for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I mean, from the looks of it, they're getting other stars too. I mean, they did get Edge, so
But that's going to be a flash in the pan thing, probably over quick ish, probably 2 years. You need
2 year
MJF.
deal.
You have to have MJF.
I don't know, man.
Well, we flip
Yeah, I was
flopped
just thinking,
Edge for
I
CM
just think
Punk.
it's
You
good.
know,
I mean,
that's the trade.
Hey, I love to see
I'm waiting for some of these matches that we have never seen before. So
I love to see Ricky Starks in WWE.
Yeah, he could work.
He's got that charisma.
I bet he's next. It seems like Cody's people are going over. Just saying.
I'm not that excited about freaking Edge being in AEW. I'm sorry. I don't really care. I feel like they picked one guy. They replaced one guy's long microphone promo for another right now with CM Punk, not Edge. He's 51 years old. I mean,
Hey,
what am I excited about?
It's the downturn. Like, give it time. Then him and Christian will team back up. Then we'll
Yeah,
get
that's the idea.
Hardy's, Edge, and Christian one last time. Like that's
Yes,
what they're good. Probably
but the
like I said,
parties are
probably
losing to
about
everybody.
Revolution. They'll
I'm
have
excited.
one last match.
I'm excited to see what Edge will do as far as behind the scenes with some of the younger talent. What he can teach them, how he'll help them. That's what I'm interested in seeing.
You might as well bring the Dudleys back there and have one last I don't know, step ladder match.
Step ladder match.
Yeah, I don't want to see these guys doing backflips off these anymore.
On a ball.
But I mean, they're both available to sign there. I mean, I know Bubba is in does some NWA stuff and he's been in Impact, and I think Devon's no longer with the WWE. It's available.
They actually talked about that on Busted Open.
He said he in Cocoa Beach. Yeah. People say they run into him all the time.
Well, he said he wouldn't do it. He said he wouldn't want to touch it because of what they've already done in the past. He said they wouldn't want to do it because they wouldn't be able to do it justice compared to what they've done already.
I get 2 or 3 days behind on Busted Open. I say something on this show, and then I listen to it, and it's already been said, and I'm just freaking copycat like last week when I said about when I said about the Reiches being someone like the Wyatt family. I'm like, I guess someone said that yesterday.
I know, man. I like that we keep current with our show. Like, shout out to the Cowboys for beating the Niners this weekend, huh?
The Dudleys was on the Impact 1000 show, though.
It did happen. Remember, Brock Purdy threw like 3 pick sixes, and Micah Parsons had like 5 sacks. It was nuts.
Yeah, congratulations. Well, you know what? I'll get to that later in the show because there's a question about it. But
if that's what you think happened, I can't really remember. I guess.
Yeah,
shame McCaffrey. Hopefully, McCaffrey's injury is not too bad.
I got married the day before.
Moving on. All right, Mike. Back at
how was the wedding, Devin?
Awesome. It was fantastic. I don't have my ring on.
We really don't give a shit. We honestly don't care,
dude. That sucks.
What was the song with the? What was the bride song?
You didn't ask us. You didn't ask us for a bachelor party, so we don't really give a shit.
Okay.
Kidding,
moving on. What's the next topic, guys?
You know I love you, buddy.
It's getting ugly already with this freaking no agenda show.
It's getting ugly early on this episode. But what else you got, Mike?
That's it. I couldn't talk about me winning the lottery, so.
Hey, as we record this, it's still available, that money. So.
Oh yeah, I know. So I got my other ones already.
You could win it tomorrow.
Yeah, you could win it tomorrow, or Saturday.
Actually, Devin already hit the lottery by getting married.
Oh yes, I did. Adam.
Oh fuck!
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, you didn't though, so that's funny too.
I'll take credit for it. Erica ain't listening to this episode.
All right. Well, hey, good stuff, Mike. All over the place on that topic, for sure. But speaking of all over the place, go ahead.
Nice hat. Where can we get it?
Angry
I really like it.
.net.
Nice.
Great.
Sorry, Jim.
Way to get really vocal there.
Place. Today's agenda. So, Brad, what is today's agenda?
You asked for it. You got it. Today, one day only. Forget that. No, we're not doing matches. We are doing hashtag Ask the Crew. And thank you for coming through with all the questions this week. We are really excited to do this for you guys. And it actually gave us a week off from watching matches. So I guess you guys didn't watch any wrestling this week, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, it's Dynamite. But that's about it.
I did ask them what matches we were covering.
I know, you're hilarious. I mean, it's just funny stuff, huh? So let's get right into it. And Devin, why don't you go ahead and ask your questions?
All right. So my very first question, it was submitted by my buddy Thomas Barton. It says, "What's your fondest memory as a wrestling fan / viewer?" Mine will always be watching the WrestleMania 24 pay-per-view with my dad in '08. I remember loving every match through the show. Big Show versus Mayweather, Money in the Bank, and Taker versus Edge, etc. I would love to know all yours. So, who would like to start us off?
I got you.
Okay.
I remember WrestleMania 14, the whole build up to Tyson and Shawn Michaels, how he turned to the Generation X. I was like, my God, this can't be stacked against Stone Cold.
Right.
No more, man. What is going on here? And then just the whole match, the ending, just Mike Tyson punching out Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold finally holding that belt up in the air. I just remember that like it was like last week. That just for some reason, him holding that belt up in the corner, and then Tyson punching Shawn Michaels in the face, and then putting the Stone Cold shirt over his face when he's laying down. I'll always remember that. I don't know why, but that'll always be something that sticks out in my mind.
James,
Good
you want to say
answer,
ditto?
Good answer. Roll credits. Ain't gonna get better than that. See you guys. Have fun.
Go ahead, Mike.
When Goldberg got beat.
Good Lord. I knew this was coming.
My
Favorite thing in
fond
wrestling of all time.
my fondest memory is Daniel Bryan. That was a hell of a build to WrestleMania. What was it? 33? 30? I always forget. But that was a hell of a build leading up to that. Yeselmania, they called it. And that was my fondest memory because that was something very organic. And before things were really organic, you know what I mean? So yes, Yeselmania. Yes.
Sting versus NWO, man. I was hooked every fucking Monday. And I wanted, because that son of a bitch Hulk Hogan turned on us. And I was so like, because they were running shot, like Kevin Sullivan talks about it a lot on the thing, like they just won all the time. And that was like how you book heat, because I was so pissed off that the NWO just kept winning all the time, won everything. They would cheat to win, all that stuff. And like Sting, our guy, our savior, he has to come through for WCW. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our dude. Take these motherfuckers out. And then it finally happened. I mean, that storyline was like 18 months. I don't think you can get away with that these days.
The Bloodline.
Well, but they've, fought and,
There it is,
Roman
Mike.
lost. Oh, no, it's not the same. Not the same.
Not the same.
I get it. I'm just fucking.
All right, Devin.
So,
Fucking.
yeah, I think my fondest memory would probably be when Shawn Michaels returned in like 2002. I was young, but I still remember him coming back and then winning the title at Elimination Chamber, and, like taking down that nasty heel Triple H.
What were you like, 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 5.
He was doo-doo in his pants like Shawn Michaels wore the doo-doo pants.
2002, I was graduating.
Hey, so you probably remember it too.
Brad was on his third marriage by then.
All right, so the second one that I had is not really a question.
Not
but
at
it's
all.
from my
Not at
mom.
all.
My mom said, I remember taking Devin to see wrestling. Big Show was outside the arena swimming in the pool. He stood waist up in a 5-foot pool. He looked huge.
I'm
That
just
was,
picturing this. Like, why was he in that pool? Just hanging out?
Captain Insano.
Literally, that was my first ever show, and we're all in line waiting to go in the building. He's literally just doing laps in this big ass pool. A bunch of kids are chanting, "Big Show! Hey, Big Show!" He stops and waves to us all, and then just gets out, throws
That
on
does
a
have to
towel,
suck, man. He goes like the 6 foot into the pool and it's like right here. And he's like, ah,
yeah. He walked to the 4-foot end, and it's like literally
everything's a kiddie pool to a Big Show.
That would be fun.
All right, well, then I'll start asking some questions here. I got some here. Unless you guys
All
have them written down.
No,
I didn't
we
think
got
so.
that with
All right, so we have
thanks to my mom and Tom for posting those. That was fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad.
So that's Mr. Porky to you on Twitter wants to know, or X. I think we all know who that is. Mr. Pyers.
Hoboken Cobbler?
Yeah. What memories do each of you have about the first live event you ever attended? Mike?
Boom. 96 Bass at the Beach, baby.
Well, I wondered where that
Enough
one was
said.
going.
Mine's Big Show swimming in a pool. No, also John Cena faced Chris Jericho in the main event, and I remember that being awesome at the time. I was a huge Cena fan.
I went to like a TV taping like show thing when I was younger. Don't really remember it at all. My dad always talks about like how excited I was and everything, cheering the whole time, which things haven't changed that much. But one of my very first like I guess shows that I really remember was the Dynamite in Full Gear of 2020, because got back into wrestling. It's like fucking 2 hours north of me. COVID, everything was going on. So they were kind of like giving tickets away pretty much, like to whoever wanted to go and everything. Met Shivani, like me and Rosie went, stayed with him. Fucking met Shivani outside the arena. Watched the Dynamite, and then Full Gear was awesome. Met up with, all the other AFS people. I don't want to say their names. I don't want to leave nobody out, but they know who they are. And then we all met up, went to the pay-per-view together, partied together. Like, that was awesome.
You got one, Adam?
Yeah, I was real young. One of my first ones. I got the foam Hulk Hogan finger, and then the foam hacksaw Jim Duggan 2x4.
Oh,
I had both of them, and I just remember just being a little kid, just screaming.
And you can check out the Hacksaw Hour on every show.
You know what's funny, guys? I didn't go to a show until I was north of 30 by a lot. My family wasn't into it, and it's not like I could just go on my own. We didn't have the independent wrestling in my neighborhood or anything like that, or even close by.
When that was that's when Hogan slammed Andre the Giant.
There we go. But I didn't go to a show till I had children and took them to Trenton, New Jersey, the Cure Center now, and I saw a house show of the WWE. It's the first one I went to.
2020, I was 36, 35.
I mean, I was a fan all these years. I mean, I took some time off, but I was a fan since I was a little kid. I just never happened. It's one of those things where you're a virgin until you're 40,
When were you not watching?
I wasn't watching when I first had children until 2012. So
because I want to cover some matches, because you could be like,
we have from like 2003 to 2012.
Oh,
so
fuck.
So
when I say I wasn't watching then, it's like breaking news, but you weren't watching either.
Kayfabe.
I took a break in a couple of them years too.
That's about the time I took a break too, I think.
So basically the Cena era. You know what I mean?
That's my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It's when Devin's fucking like, go John. We're all like, fuck him.
I'm John Cena.
Yeah,
I still kind of kept up with it, like online and stuff, but I wasn't watching.
And honestly, after the Golden Age a little bit, there was some time there. There was a dip there between the Attitude Era too. Like that,
right.
the Bret Hart time. I knew who Bret Hart was because he was in that Golden Age era with the Hart Foundation, but he wasn't the man, and neither was Shawn Michaels. They were a tag team.
Dad was WCW, so when we watched wrestling, it'd be WCW, and I was Surfer Stinged out. That was my dude.
Yeah. So, like, to me, when I found out that Bret Hart and I started getting back into it was like the man, and Shawn Michaels was the man, I'm like, what? Not that I'm saying they were bad wrestlers, but they weren't Hulk Hogan to me. But it was, that's all. So
that's with me. That's when I was doing construction work and I was traveling. So I was all over. So it depended. I mean, there'd be some jobs we had to work at night. So when we were working at nights, I'd go a month without doing anything. And then depending on who I roomed with and stuff like that, is just kind of got out of it.
So some of these questions are going to be like, just roll my eyes and move on. Like this one. Deb Stanton wants to know.
Oh boy.
What does your wife, Brad, think about the podcast? This is her asking.
So what does she think?
Well, I'll say this. She doesn't listen unless I make her listen to a certain clip, but she is very supportive of it and doesn't give me a hard time at all anymore. So, I mean, it's been coming up on a year and a half, right?
It sounded very positive from the wording of the question, for sure.
So, anyway, yeah, she's cool about it. Her and Lotus and Kendall go out now, like kind of during when I'm doing this, they kind of do their own thing, so it works out.
That's what's up.
She's cool about me doing a bonus show here and there too. Like, I don't know, or we watch. She just but it is tough for me to get on these Zooms, other Zooms. I'm not gonna lie, with my work schedule, but and doing this already. So this one is from your brother-in-law, Mike, James Dills.
Great.
Shout out James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
friend of the show. If you had to pick one wrestler to be your favorite, who would it be? But who is the real GOAT? So, what's your favorite? I guess he's asking, and who is the greatest of all time? Devin. I don't know why.
It's Mike's brother-in-law. You're like, Devin.
I'll start out with my favorite right now.
Oh,
And
Lord.
that's in AEW, it's Sammy Guevara. In WWE, it's
Who?
gotta be Seth Rollins. But I think the GOAT, it's gotta be Shawn Michaels.
Okay,
The showstopper.
go ahead, Mike.
All right, AEW. I'm gonna go with MJF, especially now. Like I'm really liking what he's doing now. WWE, I have to go with Devin, Seth Rollins. He's been one of my favorites for a long time. And the GOAT, that's hard. There's so many good ones out there.
Only one GOAT.
There's only one. I don't know. Can you say Daniel Bryan?
It's not bad.
You
know?
can say Brian Danielson.
Same thing.
This
Oh,
guy.
but no,
This guy, huh?
no,
No
it's not the
flips?
same. No.
Adam, I almost wore my shirt tonight. No flips, just flops, but I decided to be an honorary oos. Yeah. Go ahead, Adam.
All right, so if we're going to AEW, I know he's not somebody that's on there all the time, but I'm a big Will Ospreay fan. I love Will Ospreay.
He's not
Funny
with
you
AEW,
say-
so that's
funny
cool.
you said AEW.
Yeah, since he signed with WWE today, right? Is that true?
Well,
Because I'm not seeing real reports.
By the time this airs,
Yeah.
whatever.
By the time this airs, this is
We'll know
old
the
news.
answer by the time this airs.
He'll
I
gonna be
doubt that
hired,
is true.
released, signed with TNA. He'll be all over.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Adam.
the
go ahead.
day of our
I know.
recording, it was announced he's going to be taking on Josh Alexander at Impact's next pay-per-view. So
Right, I saw that.
And then WWE, I'm always going to be a Randy Orton fan. Always. I know he's coming back soon.
He's a good one. He's another one I think you can put on there as a GOAT.
And
Lots of
I've just always been an Orton fan. I mean, just everybody says Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, but I've always been a Randy Orton fan.
All right, James.
Let's see. So current day, I guess.
Yeah, current. Well, who's your favorite wrestler and who's the GOAT is what he asked. Everybody's doing their own thing, though.
All right, my favorite wrestler. Well, my favorite wrestler was Stone Cold, of course.
Yeah, of course it is. That's your GOAT. That is your GOAT.
Well, see, because I was
I know what you're
thinking
gonna
about
say.
And The Rock too. Okay, I know he's Stone Cold. I'm The Rock. So if we're going
Dude,
back
that
nostalgia,
Rocky shot
then
when
I
he
mean,
came out on SmackDown.
the GOAT, like, of course, you want to say like Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, but I'm gonna throw another name in the hat.
Does it work for me, brother?
Undertaker, man. Undertaker.
Oh,
can't be mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
I didn't
who's
even
your-
think about old Terry Bollea that I literally have 3 action figures of right here.
But and your favorite wrestler is Stone Cold, right?
Yeah. But if they want a current one, I guess I should humor it. Well, Hangman, but they book him like shit.
Dude, he had a good match with what's his name the other day?
Yeah, they almost
Swerve?
booed him out of the building.
With Swerve, yeah. I mean, I know it's only because it was in Seattle, but him and Swerve look real good together.
Yeah.
James
You
says they
think
book
Hangman
Hangman
can,
like shit, but
Stone
Swerve
Cold?
wants his spot.
Do you think Hangman can be like do the
Touche.
Stone Cold thing?
Oh yeah.
You think Hangman can be the Stone Cold thing, like go against the
pre
authority
pre COVID and for the first
Mhm.
year after, it was
Oh,
all
man.
right. I'm not saying like
Not-
flip off the camera and do all that stuff, but just like a beer drinking
have that
outlaw
attitude.
type of thing, I think you
Yeah.
can pull it off amazingly. He was there for a while, and then
If they got away from the Hangman moniker, I think they could. Cause it just makes me think of too much cowboy and not enough badass, like Stone Cold was.
Cowboys are badass.
So I'm gonna go with my favorite wrestler. I'm gonna go with who I'm most excited about now, and then the GOAT. My favorite wrestler is Daniel Bryan. And it's because of everything that the build and everything about it. I loved it.
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I loved
Beat me to it.
Team Hell No though, and I love what he's doing now. I love the championship run. I love everything he did. I even love his heel run with him and CM Punk.
Yeah, his stuff with him and Kane when they were back and forth and going to the doctor together.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
That
hilarious.
was so good, man.
And that's what made him. That's what made him next level.
You want to talk about heat when he threw the belt away and put out that fucking wooden
right to put over Kofi, who it was the same thing. It was the same thing. He made him earn it on him what he had to do.
Pass the torch. That was
so
a great
good.
Pass
all of a sudden, he's the man. The guy that wasn't good enough, the B+ player, is the man, and he's being treated as the man, and he's putting over the B+ player. And you can't do it any better.
That is a good one, man. I don't think
everybody gets it. I don't know if everybody gets it. So I'm most excited right now about LA Knight, just because I feel like it's a similar situation of the crowd wanting it and giving it to him. But the GOAT for me is Hulk Hogan. He's the reason I'm a wrestling. He's the reason I'm a wrestling fan.
But whoever said Randy Orton, we got to give him props too, because.
Yeah, I agree. But you think LA Knight, if they push him too much too fast, they'll turn on him?
I don't think so, because I think that we demanded it. We demanded it. They tried to fight it. They tried to fight it.
They fought it with the Money in the Bank. I don't think they're putting the rocket to his ass. I think they're kind of making us wait,
When he came out a couple weeks ago to help John Cena, that was electric, man. It was electric. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get deep in the weeds on this one. What is your favorite match in wrestling from Lori Lewis?
No, that's my mom.
That's nice. Go ahead, Mike. We'll let you go first on your mom.
My favorite match.
I feel like you had to think about that, by the way.
Right, that's my mom.
Matches are hard. I know.
That name sounds familiar. Who does that name? Oh yeah.
I thought you asked who's
any kind of Ray and Eddie match. I think
Halloween Havoc 97.
Halloween Havoc 98.
All right, go ahead, Devin.
Go with that one.
My favorite match of all time.
This guy is in party mode. Look at him. He is ready for a wedding. That already happened.
Yeah. My favorite match of all time is probably one of the TLC matches, like TLC 2 or TLC 4, maybe, when Kane won it.
All right.
I just love those.
All right, go ahead, Adam. Tell us the most technical match of all time. All right, Shawn Michaels and.
No, I'm going to go back to Randy Orton. Him and Christian had a damn good match. Anything Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle. I mean, I can see her name 10 or 15 of them.
Right.
I mean, as far as work rate, The Rock, Hogan, WrestleMania.
You son
of a
all-time
favorites.
Was that yours, James?
Well, it's really hard to choose one because,
yeah, it is. It really is.
But I had a couple people over. Fuck, it's been probably 2 weeks ago now. And I was like, hey, you should check out the crowd on this. And you tell me if these people think it's fake. And I just played that match, turned up the volume. And they're like, holy fuck. And I'm like, yeah, go tell every single one of them that it's fake. Like, go knock yourself out. 80,000 motherfuckers. Go tell them.
Hate that word.
Like, I like that one. When Goldberg beat Hogan, that was awesome. Yeah, Mike, eat it. Let's see. Luger beating Hogan. I mean, Taker and Shawn, WrestleMania 25. Fucking dicks.
Ultimate Warrior beat Hogan.
It's hard to choose one, but I guess my default one that I can show anybody on the planet and they'll get it is Hogan Rock WrestleMania 18.
Gotcha. Well, you guys all know my favorite. Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy, WrestleMania 2.
Good God.
It's all about the fandom. All right. Allison Faye, who is your favorite non-main character from The Office, and why is it Robert California? This is so ridiculous.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
See, the problem is she says non-main character.
There's your heel turns right there, Allison, by Mike and Adam.
I'm gonna say Creed.
I tried to watch it. I
Man,
couldn't
Creed
get
is
into
the
it.
best, dude.
I agree 100%. 100%.
Creed is so awesome. I
Yeah, I
like
love
that.
Creed. Creed's a damn good band. I like Creed.
So it's a good movie too.
What about
Let's
Toby?
see. Gabe sucked. Like for someone to hate, he was good at hating.
Yes, he was.
Creed, man, Creed's a great answer. Daryl, well, he's got a
Oh,
main
yeah.
character, I guess, but Daryl's awesome.
Like I really tried to watch it. I watched the first few episodes. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't do it.
Hey, yeah, you got to get into it. The first season's a little trial and error. Second, they're like it gets amazing.
Pretty big fan of the Charles Minor character, the boss that comes in. And
Yeah, oh
he's
yeah.
arguing with everything he says, and he's like, "Yeah, that's actually not true at all."
Well, and here's an Office reference that I don't think Rolando got. I don't think anybody got it when I
I
said
heard it. I heard it.
But when Michael's doing the exit interview with Toby, and he's like he writes all these questions, and he doesn't realize that Holly's going to be in the interview. So he wrote all these dickheaded questions. So he tried to word it like real nice, And he's like, so Toby, well, who do you think you are? So I tried to make that joke to Rolando, and he's like, Rolando Perez.
There ain't no way Rolando watched The Office. He doesn't watch TV. He doesn't watch TV. He doesn't watch the wrestlers.
That is true.
So I gotta give it a few episodes to get into it.
It's just an acquired taste, I think. Yeah, but
I've been
The
watching
basketball
Suits.
episode's
Suits is
classic.
good.
The diversity day, woo! You get canceled, you do some shit like that. But as the character development goes, and Steve Carell, well, I mean, you can't even put into words how fucking great Michael Scott is, dude. That character is amazing.
So we got a question here from Josh Fields. Out of all the top guys and gals, who would your partner be for a 3-legged race and why? I asked it. I don't have to answer first. Yeah, crickets, huh?
Huh. That's a good
Well,
question.
Brooke
I think
McGaw
Gallagher.
is not a top guy, but
No, that counts. That counts.
she runs fucking marathons all the time, so Brooke would
Oh,
definitely be like,
That's such a freaking good answer.
Yeah, but then you have to keep up with her though.
yeah, I was about to use that. She can't drag me along, so
Oh, no, you're playing a short game here. Short game. You're not going
Yeah.
for a 5K.
I know Devin's not a top guy, but I picked Devin.
Well, then that's cheating because he's not.
I'm not a top guy either.
Neither was
Well, no, one's,
Brooke.
Right.
no one's picking you, kid.
I would do Gallagher.
You would do
good.
Gallagher.
I bet you would. I bet you
Clipping
would.
that.
Well, that too, but
That explains a lot.
he is a little pretty. Just saying.
I'm going to go ahead with Amy just because she is tenacious. She ain't
Like a
gonna.
bridge over troubled water.
She doesn't lose, if you know what I mean.
That is very true.
Mattium. I picked Mattium. He showed me a lot in the ring.
And that is foreshadowing.
Oh.
So because he was an athlete. So I think I could depend on him.
Did you go, Devin?
I pick John Hickson. He looks like he could be athletic.
No, you
He's
have no
6'8".
way.
Long,
He's 7 feet,
tall,
9
like-
inches.
Oh,
right.
He's going to be like Andre the Giant. You're going to be
Hey.
Rolando Perez.
If all else fails, I'll hop on his back and I'll hug his leg.
It's a
and he'll just
3-second
run
race,
with us.
dick.
I'll just hug his leg. We'll take off.
Yeah. You ever,
It's sad
man,
nobody picked our producer.
We
Whoa.
want to win, man.
Nobody picked me,
You
dicks.
want to win.
Mike, did you
I was
go?
pick.
Fucking
Did you
Mike.
pick, Mike?
Yeah, I said Gallagher.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right.
He wants to do Gallagher.
All right. These were on Twitter. I got MJF's laptop wants to know,
Who'd you
what
pick?
is your favorite weekly wrestling show
Brad
currently?
picked Amy.
Oh yeah.
I did. So
Yeah,
currently,
one
what is
more
your
time.
favorite
Like the
weekly show?
fuse. Take the boom. Kind
What?
of the only
Hey.
one I watch weekly is Dynamite.
Dynamite?
So I guess I would have to choose Dynamite.
All right, go ahead, Adam. Say Impact.
No, I've been getting called back up in NXT, man.
Yeah, I'm NXT as well.
This last Tuesday, when I was recording this past Tuesday, they had like 3 women's matches in a row, man, and they were all bomb. I mean, they're all bomb ass matches.
And they brought out
Fantastic
all
story.
the big guns to beat,
Well, that's the one coming up as we're recording. But
Yeah, but it's really been good. Yeah, I go NXT.
Yeah, it's I've been catching back up on it, and it's been damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting on Nikita Lyons to come back. Holla.
She was in the crowd clapping for the breakout tournament.
So it's close. I follow her on Insta, and she's training and stuff again. So
they're
close.
putting her back into camera. So
her and Jade. Ooh.
I don't know if we're gonna get it.
I don't know. Tiffany Stratton's all right. She showed out this past year.
Is she the one that fought Becky?
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah, she's not bad looking either. Devin?
Yeah, SmackDown. SmackDown's my favorite.
Did you already say that?
I watch it every week. No.
Why did you act like that?
Rambling, rambling about something.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
I love
stuff he can't talk
That's
about. He can't talk about what we're talking about.
Right.
No, that could just be a wreck. You know what I mean? So
he already married her. What's the difference?
Not for me.
Go ahead, Mike.
I'm going to say Raw.
All right. Weird answer.
What the hell are you thinking?
I like the stuff with Cody. I like the stuff with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that was such an easy answer. Come on, man.
What about Shinsuke?
That's what I'm saying. Shinsuke, that whole thing's going good. Yeah.
All right. Billy Joel's favorite car is a Chevette wants to know, what's your favorite indie promotion? Mine is New South.
You motherfucker. Nailed it.
Anybody else?
I gotta say New South.
Probably consensus New South.
Mike, the answer is New South only. That's the guy. Those are the guys we have on.
Atomic Legacy Wrestling is also good. ALW based here locally out of Melbourne, Florida.
Yeah. What'd you say, Devin? We were rambling, right?
Freaking guy. I got two. New
you
South.
Have to get that one.
Then, well, I also like to represent up here in the Northeast. We got Northern Federation Wrestling that my boy Cody Jenny runs. So.
Oh, IWC out of Pittsburgh.
And you said you said what, Mike? OVW?
VW.
No. Nothing wrong with that. So Big Paper wants to know who's actually the host of the show.
God.
You are.
I bet I know who wrote that question.
No, not
Big
Brad.
Paper. Who's Big
no
Paper?
one's the host of the show because it's your show.
You are. Yeah, you're a show.
This is
and
the final.
Brad Stanton.
This is the final Twitter question. Micro Penis 1988 wants to know.
Hey,
Conrad. Hey, listen,
I read my username.
Also known as Mike Whitaker.
Conrad has a show on AdFree called The False Finish. He has highlighted wrestlers in the past that their career ended early or did not reach its full potential. Maybe even a false narrative to go with it. Who do you think each of the crew members is someone that has had a false finish?
Man, I did not think that's where that question was going.
Why? Because his name was Micro Penis?
Well, no, the false finish. Because sometimes after a long time, you're like, man, I got to end this. Oh, yeah, I'm done. Oh, yeah, I'm done. See ya. The false finish.
Anybody have any answers? Because this is a hard question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, Micro Penis 1988, I'll tell you.
You know who I think might have been good? That Jordan guy, Kurt Angle's son.
Yeah,
Jason
Jordan. Jason Jordan.
Yeah, him and Tyson Kidd are two good answers.
I think, Tyson Kidd's another one, but that Jason Jordan, I think he could have been something.
Gable
had him in the
Stevenson.
right spot.
This would have been a really hardcore one for if Conrad would have done it because he recently died. But Draws was a horrible story. But just talking about how it ended and then what he did after that would have been really something if he could have talked to Conrad. If this would have been something while he was still alive. Anyway, sad, but
and I hate what happened with Bray Wyatt too, man, because nothing but a future ahead of him.
It's true. Yeah, I guess you got to put them for sure in there. And Nigel, hey, I wasn't really big on Ring of Honor back in the day.
Yeah, Nigel, yeah.
Good grief. And I like how even Grayson Waller was like, yeah, when Nigel was in WWE, everybody just looked at him as an announcer and was like, me and some other person, I don't remember who he mentioned. They're like, dude, that's fucking Nigel McGuinness. Like, we were talking to him all the time, and everybody was just like walking right past him, like not getting any advice. But Grayson Waller said he would always hit up Nigel.
Devin, do you have anybody?
I was gonna say Nigel, and I was gonna say Draws. So you guys both hit him.
Who hasn't answered?
Yeah, that's it.
Everybody answer? Okay. Great question. Thank you for that.
Brian didn't answer.
Yeah, good. Mike Bober wants to know Why did Brad turn his back on Southwestern Pennsylvania sports teams? I mean, Elkerai has been all over it, but still true to his roots like a real fan. All over, not it, all over the country. Brad moved out here, stayed a Steelers fan for a couple of years, and then the city won him over. Seriously.
Philly.
And here's the funny thing about it. We weren't winning at the time. We were okay, but the Steelers were. Steelers won a Super Bowl 3 days after my son was born, and I'm rooting. I'm just saying I had switched at that point, so I didn't do it because they were winning. Let's just say that I did it because the city won me over.
Somebody paid you. Just admit it. Somebody paid you to be another fan.
Too much Philly talk on the episode.
All right. Next, Mike Bober also wants to know, when are auditions for the open spot on the crew that will be created by Devin's wedding? Well, here's the best part. Devin's here a few days after his wedding, so how about that? Looking as dapper as ever. How was the honeymoon, by the way? How was?
And plus, Anthony Powers is still in line.
He was the second part. Well, we'll get to that later when there's a question.
That's funny though, Bober. Thank you. We don't need to answer this. Come on, right? Rob Hewitt wants to know, what's the crew's opinion on candy corn? What's your favorite Halloween candy? Least favorite? I personally love candy corn, and I'll eat any kind of candy.
Fuck yeah, Rob. Candy corn's the shit. Fuck everyone who hates it.
Dude, I love candy corn, and I love the pumpkins too. I have it downstairs in a jar right now.
I can eat a little bit of candy corn. I can't eat a lot of it, but I don't hate it. But it's good. It's not bad.
I'm sorry, Mike. What were you saying?
I was saying candy corn is good. I fucking love it.
Devin, you better not fuck this up.
I'm the same way as Adam. I like candy corn, but my stomach can't handle too much of it. So
my stomach can't handle too much of anything. But my favorite candy is the Reese's peanut butter eggs, which in this time of year would be the Hershey's peanut butter or the Reese's peanut butter pumpkins. All in on that. Yeah, whatever it is. Whatever
Reese's anything. Yeah, whatever.
Had the blue wrap Tootsie Rolls. I think they're like vanilla. Or something.
I like the red wrap Tootsie Rolls. Yeah. Man, those are good. What about licorice? You guys, are you guys Twizzler fans, or do you like that weird
strawberry Twizzler? Okay.
Yeah. What about the ones you peel? You like the ones you peel?
Black licorice, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, black licorice.
The flavored Twizzlers are pretty good.
No, they're not good, Adam. That is not good. That blue shit.
Hey, my grandma always makes popcorn balls.
That sounds
dig
stupid.
Popcorn balls?
No. What is it? 1980? What is it? 1958?
I know what Devin's talking about. Popcorn balls are
delicious.
Grandma's probably younger than me.
Shout out, Grandma.
Shout out, Grandma. All right, Amy Vaughn's up. Why have you?
Yeah, Brad. Don't sound too thrilled.
Well, because this first question is ridiculous. Why have you not changed Rant and Stanton to Bitch and Brad? I think it has a better ring to it.
It's awesome. It is fucking awesome.
And now we have a real thinker after that from her. Where do you all see your KOC podcast and co-host this time next year?
Right here, maybe.
So I'm gonna full disclosure here. Amy texts me sometimes, and she'll ask me, "What are your goals?" Like, and I would love to have goals, but like,
maybe to turn the desk.
Dude, sometimes when I talk to people about our podcast, I'm just like, doing this. I'm like, well, what? We're just having fun, man. What are you talking about? And that's
just it. Here's where it gets a little confusing. We joined this premier streaming network, and when you invest yourself in something like that, you would think that we are headed to the top. Look, we're just here to have a good time. We would love for 80 million people to listen to our show. We are realists, and we still haven't sold out to a sponsor. Like we haven't, just people hanging out. And you know what? Every week we try to have a really great show. We do, but it's really about having fun. And this is a freaking release for me 100%. And what better way to have fun than the cold, refreshing taste of natural light? Oh, I have my Blue Chew pills over on the other side. No, I got you.
Yeah, Brad, your question from Deb was kind of similar to this one. We're like, I think this is just like my kind of getaway. I don't get to talk about wrestling a lot. Erica doesn't want to talk about this shit, so I'd love to talk about you guys with it. Talk about it with you guys.
I live by myself other than when my daughter's here, and she don't want to hear me talk about wrestling. So,
yeah, I was talking about Trick Williams downstairs. She didn't care. Sounds like a lot of foreshadowing going on right here too. Now, listen, we're here to have fun, and what our goals are we're going to show up every week, and hopefully next October we're showing up every week.
My goal
Hopefully-
is to have the statistics that we see be accurate and real. That's my goal.
But it is nice. But you know what? We have put our foot in the door. We have met a lot of great wrestlers. We have a lot of great friends. We've done more than who knows? I didn't know what to expect from this. And now we have Rolando Perez on, who we literally watched at a match about a year ago, maybe less, and covered his match. And now we have him on the show. It's crazy to me. I don't know. And thank you to Adam for getting us all these great guests, and to Devin too for putting it out there, and Mike for freaking getting Buff Bagwell, for goodness sakes. Buff Bagwell was on this show. That's what's next. Who knows?
John Alba did a fucking cameo for our show.
Yeah, and I sent a link to Conrad Thompson, and I said if he wanted to jump on, and we're still waiting.
I've sent a link to Corey Ryan Forrester twice, and hey, let's shout out to he's being a dad, so you know.
Well, shout out to Conrad, because he actually was on the Pond Water Dave show and said just throw it in my DMs, maybe I'll jump on. So I just did it today. So we'll see. The night's young. The night is young.
You never know.
He'll probably jump on at 10 o'clock and we're all off.
I DM Paul White and he never replied. So
All right, so now here we go.
Hang
Pond
on,
Water Dave.
Hang on, I get to answer what my dream is.
Go ahead.
What the plans are. Next year, I want to be a paid referee.
I didn't know you were
yeah,
Well, you know what I mean, like full time, like
not hot dog and a handshake.
well, a couple of hot dogs and handshake.
No, I get it, man. You're a busy man. You're busy.
Dude, I do my fourth place coming up. Well, it all started. I like how James put it. I get to referee for Rocket City Championship Wrestling.
I can't wait. Love that venue. Not hot at all.
Thank goodness it's October.
Yeah, thank God. All right,
My
Pond Water.
October's booked though, man. I'm excited.
Pond Water Dave wants to know how big is Batista's dick, and guess what? It's not the last time we're going to hear about it in these questions, is it?
about
Big.
the size of this Miller of this Mike's
Same
lemonade
size,
can.
same size as
Have you
Micro
listened-
Penis Whitaker.
Yeah.
Listen to Bruce on Something to Wrestle, and he answers it this week on the podcast.
No shit.
Yes, sir.
I haven't listened yet, so I'll have to hear
I
it.
haven't either.
Yes.
This one comes from Randy Elkerai, and I mean, I wish I would have asked this about a minute ago. I only have one question. Is Adam a referee? I mean, that's all he talks about.
See, now y'all see where I get it.
But it's hilarious because he just talked about it. And that was
Well, you gotta
Randy.
think about the tone. You gotta imagine my dad be like, I got a question for you. Hey, Adam a referee? That's all you're fucking talking about.
man, I'll
Yes,
tell you.
I'll be at Rocket City October 21st.
Come out and see him, Randy.
Ben Jones is next. Who's the one wrestler, past or present, you would love to meet, and what would you want to say to them? Let's start with you, Devin.
The wrestler I would like to meet probably is Shawn Michaels. He's the whole reason that I'm even a fan, like to this day. He was my dad's favorite when I was growing up, and I just fell in love with him too.
What would you say to him?
I probably just thanks for getting me into this crazy sport. And suck it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Go ahead, Mike.
Maybe Triple H.
Oh,
Sit down and have a conversation with him. I think he has a good mind for the business. Like, I would love to be able to just talk to him about shit like that.
Nice. I like it. Go
Paul
ahead. Go.
Heyman would be another good one. I would love to sit down with Paul Heyman.
Go ahead, Adam. Tell us about I hear voices in your head already.
Wrestler wise, yeah, it'd be Randy 100%. But Mike has, I mean, I like that. Paul Heyman. Somebody that you could just ask questions and he would, I mean, just a fountain of knowledge.
Absolutely. How about
Man,
Jim
just,
Cornette, right?
Yeah, him too. Yeah, that would be another one.
And then you get
Jim
yelled at.
Cornette, man. See
Yeah,
those
I
old
just-
school
I just think
any of the
Jim
old
Cornette
school
would be-
managers.
James-
my friend Heenan would have been good.
Oh, yeah.
and that's the bottom line.
I knew it.
You know, I would love to meet Stone Cold, and what would I say to him? You have no idea what you mean to me. Like I'd be.
I started
crying too
drinking
much to
beer
talk.
because of you.
I'd be having a heart attack, shitting, pissing, puking, probably coming. Who knows? And then crying and trying to talk at the same time.
All in that
God
order.
damn,
too.
son, calm the fuck down.
All in that order.
For me, it's Hulk Hogan. And it would be just a simple thank you, I think. You know, I don't
Oh,
think
so
I would be.
So he can lie to you about him slamming somebody he never did.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Have you heard the
It'd be okay.
him and Joe Rogan? Have you heard the podcast he did with Rogan?
Is that Rogan podcast? Does anybody listen to that anymore?
I know Hogan was on there not too long ago, and it's about a 2-hour podcast.
I need to listen to it.
He's got enough listeners. I think we're good. What? My. All right.
Yeah, he ain't shouting us out.
Ben
Moving
Jones
on.
also wants to know: have you guys ever been in a shoot fight?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eighth
Way
grade
I
after
talk,
football
I've
practice.
definitely had to answer for some of my quotes. I've had
Believe it or
blackouts
not,
before.
Believe it or not, I know I'm from like a small town, but my neighborhood, I was the youngest one, and it wasn't always easy. Let me tell you, it wasn't always easy. I definitely had to fight my way out of a few situations. So yes, it hasn't been lately. I haven't been in one in many years, but yes, I have had my ass kicked and got lucky a couple times. Believe me.
Heard that.
How about you, Devin?
I mean, like I've been in fistfights with my brothers multiple times.
Well, there it is. You have brothers. You're fighting, right?
Yeah,
Hell
like
yeah,
that, I
he's
don't.
got fucking house on the prairie over. He's got, good night, Gondor. Good night, Grandpa. Good night. Of course, he's probably got his ass beat 7 ways from
Is it
Sunday.
Little House on a Prairie?
Hey, he's probably got his ass beat 7 ways from Sunday.
That's the
I'm
Waltons
the
or
oldest,
whatever.
Oh, the
a lot-
Waltons. That is the Waltons. Yeah, my
These are
bad.
the Waltons, man.
A lot of the time,
John
unless
Boy.
it was my brothers ganging up on me, I was laying it back to them. So
Smack
not
them on
like
that
getting
ass.
my ass kicked, but I mean, there was like 2 school fights. So
Mhm. Well,
They're
now
both
you get into a
outside of
school
school,
fight, you get
but-
expelled. So
well,
you can't get into
now
a school
if I
fight
got in
anymore.
a school fight, I'd get arrested.
Yeah, it's crazy now. You can't get into a fight anymore. So yeah, we've all been into fights, sure. Bobby Duncan wants to know what one moment we've kind of answered this, but we're gonna what do we expect here? It's a wrestling podcast. What one moment in wrestling is your favorite? Again, for me, it's the moment was Daniel Bryan winning that championship after having to beat Triple H earlier in the night to get there, and the whole build coming up. That's my favorite moment.
That was definitely a big one.
WrestleMania 14.
Because that was the first WrestleMania. Like, we didn't get pay-per-views growing up, and I've said this story a million times, but yeah, that was the first one. Like, I remember watching pay-per-view live, and yeah, Stone Cold won, man. He
Yep,
shouldn't have won. The odds were
Oh,
stacked
that's huge.
against
That's
him.
huge.
That's the first
I
time
mean,
me
he's
and my
not the
buddies got
corporate
together.
champion, and it's perfect.
I think I can go
Yeah,
with that.
he'd be the WrestleMania 14 or when The Rock finally become champion, one or the other.
What was that?
Mine,
Devin?
I remember like going to bed like happy, crying because Eddie Guerrero finally defeated Brock Lesnar and won the undisputed championship.
It's a big win, man.
That is a big win.
Eddie
especially
Guerrero
Brock.
beating Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
It was awesome.
a freaking cruiserweight. I mean, what the thought of him was. Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
That was a good one. The one that Devin just said in with James, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Stone Cold.
All right, great. Brandy Wagner. She's got some better ones after this, but this is the first one. Given the current rate of climate change, the curvature of the rotation of the Earth, how big is Batista's dick?
That's
Thanks,
a good
Brett.
setup. Good setup.
I'm going to go ahead and answer this next one because it's from Amy again. And I definitely know this answer. And for some reason, Coach wants to know the answer. And Ben Jones says we finally have to answer it. And by the way, guys, if you listen to the show every week, it's been answered. Okay. So I'm
Yes,
gonna
I am
is
a
this the-
yes, I am a referee. Yes.
How did the KOC come to be? Whose idea? Who reached out to who? Et cetera, et cetera.
Where we've answered this like 25 times.
So yes, we were on a Ric Flair Zoom, and I messaged, direct messaged James and said we should do our own
in the Zoom chat.
in the Zoom
Direct
chat,
message.
and I said we should do our own version of the Sad News Bears, and he wrote back, "I'm down." And then we started chatting. I think James reached out to
Anthony
you,
Pyers.
Mike and Devin and Coach, and I reached out to Adam.
I reached out to
That's
Matt
it.
M. He declined,
That's it.
and
Matt M declined. That was it. And he's regretting it ever since. And Matt is also foreshadowing.
but yeah, if you go back to the Anthony Pyers episode, I believe I answered this a couple different ways.
So that is it. I think I met Devin a couple weeks before on just the Zoom that James was doing. Mike, same thing. Like we had chatted a little bit here and there, and same with Adam. I remember listening to Adam on RJ's old podcast, Ringside Rant, and that's how I kind of got to know Adam a little bit. And
Yeah, we
James
legit.
and I just started
really-
being friends.
Yeah, I think that is the one that you were on there.
Yeah, that got me my taste, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, that got me a taste, and I was like, I think I want to do this.
Like,
And
I
it
knew
wasn't long
Rosie,
after that we did it.
You know, I knew Rosie, I knew Adam, I knew Mike, but we legit like didn't really know each other when we started this. You know,
Right.
Devin,
No,
you
I
were on
would've
that
been a
show as
top
well.
guy if it wasn't for James.
Well, me and James went to a pay-per-view together and hung out, and that's when
I
we
still feel like
lost somebody.
even our first couple weeks of episodes weren't too hot until we went to that first Top Guy weekend where we all actually got to hang out.
Yeah.
And I feel like when we came home, we started rocking, and all the podcasts we were all
Well,
like,
we got to be
seemed like-
actually we're
that was
a
face
lot
like 15
closer.
episodes in.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It wasn't too
got
far
to know
in.
each other.
And then after that, I feel like we're instantly a lot closer.
That was the whole Dr. Pepper incident.
Oh yeah, well, I'm the biggest dickhead on the planet. Yeah, believe
You're
me.
like, I wasn't mad, Brad. I was just disappointed.
Yeah, well, just because I'm boisterous doesn't mean I'm pissed, and I think
That
that's a
was
big
funny.
misconception about me. Is I'm talk loud, I'm a little animated. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're mad," and I'm like, "I'm not mad. I'm hey, hanging out."
All right. So that's the story, guys. Please listen to this one so we don't have to tell it again.
Brad started it because it's his show.
Well, that is exactly how it went. I'm
It
down.
legit
He
is.
said,
Brad
"I'm
just
down."
messaged me.
2
Yeah.
words.
I'm down.
I'm down. And literally, we didn't really think everybody was going to say yes. Like everybody said yes, but Matt M. And we're like, oh, we got a lot of people.
Yeah, for real. We had to trim it a little bit. Like, oh fuck, you know.
So Brandy Wagner also wants to know if you got to take over someone else's segment for an episode, which is we've done. Which one would it be, and what would you talk about? So we did actually, Brandy, I would like you to go back and go to our mix-up episode. I think it was about 5 or 6 back, where we all did someone else's segment. James actually did the builds that were written for him, which was a great job. Mike did Devin's demographic. Devin did Mike's Meat Minute. I did Waka Waka Waka. And Adam actually did Rant and Stanton. So yes, we did it. We tried it. It worked. And James loved it. He loved it from the start. He loved it from the beginning. He wrote in a text to Chad. He goes, guys, I was
For those-
sleeping. So let me tell you something. This was the idea of all ideas. I cannot believe you guys came up with this. I am so, so proud of you. And I love you all. It's
For
exactly
those
exact
watching on
words.
Premier Streaming Network, no, that is not how it went down.
And the best part is how it came about.
Yeah, it was all James's idea.
I said I was tired.
Alright.
I didn't want to do the matches. I didn't want to write them.
For those
That's
watching
how
on
it
Premier
happened.
Streaming Network, and then 3 days later on YouTube, you'll get to see it.
That was great. Thanks, James, for that.
You're welcome.
Which social? This is also from Brandy. Which social media platform do you use the most?
Probably Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Facebook.
So personally,
Facebook.
Facebook. As a Kickout Crew member, Twitter, X. Yes, 100%. I'm on Twitter a lot. Doing, as you guys know, it's no secret. I do the Twitter account. But other than that, yeah. Facebook.
Well,
and
be
I don't.
damned.
I tried to dabble on Instagram. I'm getting lazy again, Devin. Getting very
I
lazy.
Snapchat a lot.
Well,
a
that's
lot
great.
of Snapchat.
Well, that's cool.
Instagram,
Yeah,
maybe once
because you're the
every
young
other
one
day.
of the group.
And you do the
Look
TikToks for us.
Devin sent me a screenshot of our first conversation, and boy, how things have changed.
Yeah, right.
I'm kidding. But no, we give yeah, I'll talk about it later. We give Devin hell on this show, but it's all out of love.
So this one comes from Terry Weaver. This one is for Brad. Since you live so close to Philadelphia, what's it like to be surrounded by such shitty sports teams?
Yeah, go Braves! Heard that.
Yeah, well, as we record this, the Phillies just swept the Florida Marlins in the first round of the playoffs. However, by the time this drops, they will have played the Braves 4 times, I think. So I could be over by now for sure. But we're hoping. By the way,
it could be the biggest upset of all time. Who knows?
they beat them last year. So here's the thing.
Moving on.
Philadelphia's got pretty good teams.
Oh
Bring it
God.
to you.
Terry,
We were
I'm
in the
with you,
Super
bro.
Bowl. We were in the World Series.
Terry, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
All right. Okay, so Matt M wants to know, what are your all middle names?
Adam.
Big Dick. What did I put on the Discord?
My middle name is John.
Mine's Adam.
Hold on.
Are you looking up your middle name, James?
Yeah.
Mike, what's
Brad,
your
your
middle
middle name's John.
Yeah.
Lee.
My dad's name's John. That's how we did things in the 70s.
Oh, BJ Stanton.
Yeah,
You're
BJ.
now BJ.
This isn't the first time it's come up, pal. What'd you say, Mike?
Lee.
Lee, that's right. Michael Lee. You're definitely Southern.
My first name is
You
Big
Christopher.
Dick Booty Blaster 69420, all one word.
Yeah, I got that right here, James. You could have just asked me.
But no, yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Why?
Christopher, I feel like this has come up in the past.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
Christopher.
Christopher's my
Actually-
first name.
Well, there's always a story. So my middle name was actually supposed to be my first name, but my mom was not going to allow it. But it's passed down like it goes from middle name to first name to middle name to first name, like as the family tree goes down. Floyd. I'm James Floyd El Cori, but I
love it.
I was supposed to be Floyd James El Cori, but my mom was like, my son's not going to be named Floyd. But my
Pretty boy
grandpa, his
Floyd.
first name's Floyd. My dad's middle name is Floyd. Like, you know, because it staggers back and forth. So, yeah.
Great name. Oh, Devin,
JFE, baby.
Devin, what'd you say?
My middle name is Alec. My initials are DAD.
Alec. It's not even a real name. It's like Alex, but not really.
ALEC.
Yep.
Great name, kid.
Short
All right.
and sweet.
So we have one last question here, and then I know we're going to go into some other stuff, and then our producer has some questions for us as well that he had collected. So Rob Hewitt is the final question that I have, and it's
Cool hat, Rob.
that was hilarious. That was the best part. His question didn't matter at Hop High Weekend after they saw that hat.
I know.
Why are people so weird about wrestlers leaving one promotion and going to another? Most recently, I've seen people hating on Edge and Jade Cargill and calling them traitors. Like, what the fuck? They're making the big bucks and having fun.
Well, you could do a whole episode on this shit.
Yeah, I don't have hate for it. I mean, I think you go where the money is, or where you want to be, or like Daniel Bryan didn't go where the money was. He wanted to go where he had freedom.
Well, the tribalism is so stupid. Like,
yeah, just enjoy wrestling.
If they want to do
Exactly.
whatever, then let them do whatever. Like, show me on the doll where it hurt you. You know,
Cardona.
like,
Matt Cardona is a perfect example. Cody
for real.
Rhodes.
Dude, and Cody started that thing. Like, when he left WWE, he started like, hey, fuck it. I'm not gonna sign one place. I'm gonna just show here. And then, you know, Cardona's taking that model and fucking he's one of the hottest dudes out there, and he ain't signed to nothing.
And he doesn't
You
want
know?
to. He says he makes more money this way, and he likes what he's doing.
I don't get
He
the
can
whole
make his own schedule.
I love
the whole,
Cody.
like, if it's weird to like wrestling, but fucking just hate the other wrestling. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, I hate the Eagles, but I don't hate football. Like,
You don't hate the players. You hate the Eagles fans.
Yeah, like it's just like,
hate
but I
some
don't
of the
mean,
players.
but I don't want Jalen Hurts to blow his knees out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a shit about that. I just hate the Eagles. Like,
Right. I'm not rooting for
Yeah.
I wasn't like Ezekiel Elliott was a thorn in my side for a while, obviously, but I didn't root for him to get hurt or
exactly,
die
like who?
or Dak Prescott. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. I get mad about that.
The tribalism thing is so weird to me. Like, don't
It's so stupid.
like who cares? Like, I like the NFL, but if the USFL's on TV, I'm not like, close these motherfuckers down. You know, like what does it matter to you? You know?
What were you gonna say, Mike? I'm sorry.
I forgot.
Yeah, I figured. You know the
Yeah,
difference between
figures.
USFL though and the NFL and like AEW and even Impact is that all these wrestlers are still really, really, really top level wrestlers just because they're at that organization. USFL and like a XFL, they're not top tier players. They're not. There's not a separate league that has extraordinary talent. They're not making the NFL or they wouldn't be there. That's the difference.
And if you like wrestling, then
Yeah.
wouldn't you like watch a specific? Because I don't watch all the promotions, but
How
if I
can
watch
you?
it, but if I watch a promotion, I'll be like, hey, pretty good. You know, like they're pretty good. I'm not gonna be like, fuck them. You know, like
We do it all the
how
time.
can you like wrestling but then hate wrestling? Like, it makes no sense to me.
Obviously, like Rolando Perez wasn't on our radar 3 years ago.
For real.
Wrestling.
I didn't
Weird.
even know what the fuck New South was, you know.
Right.
And now I'm like, hey, you know.
Now we're part of the crew, or they're part of
Right.
our crew. That's it for the questions. Back to you, James.
Hell yeah. Well, I like that. Glad we
That's fun.
It's a little
It's like a really long match.
right. So speaking of matches, Brad. Hey Adam, what do you have for us this week as an in-ring performer?
So it was hard to pick just one or two because September was filled with amazing wrestling. I mean, we had All Out, we had NXT No Mercy, WWE Payback, and it was just hard to pick just one. But I think out of all of it, just any match from NXT No Mercy was absolutely amazing. I mean, Baron Corbin, Braun Baker, Trick Williams, Dominic Mysterio, even the tag match was good. It was a fatal four-way. Noam Dar and Butch, Pete Dunne, whatever you want to call him, amazing freaking match. Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo, and Becky and Trish Stratton, man. They freaking tore the house down, man. So just that whole damn pay-per-view was amazing to watch.
It was a great pay-per-view. I loved it.
Even the tag match was good.
The tag match was actually pretty good. Then All Out. I mean, we had the one that wrote down most was Konosuke Takeshita and Kenny Omega. Had a good match. Miro, Powerhouse Hobbs, Chris Statlander, Ruby Soho, Brian Danielson, Ricky Starks. I mean, just 5 or 6 matches on that one was a good match. Was a good show. And then WWE Payback, Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. And Rhea and Raquel was a damn good match. So, I mean, just, dude, it was just full of wrestling.
I love that pay-per-view. I did.
Who was it? It was Gunther and
Gunther.
Any of the matches Gunther's been in for the month of September has been great.
Him and Gable on Raw.
Yeah, him and Gable.
God.
Him and Ando.
Well, he might have already,
Ciampa.
right?
Yeah, who would be the one? Who would you want to beat him, though? I mean, who do you think is worthy enough to beat him?
LA Knight.
My favorite match was James
saying
versus
that.
his bank account in Pittsburgh. I lost. I did the job.
James, look at the lights.
Right.
But no, I mean, you can just throw a dart at any match almost in September, and it'd be a good match. Like I said, Payback was great, but just out of all of them, I think as a whole, all that was good. But NXT No Mercy, they're just on another level right now, and I'm excited what they're doing.
I still want to call it Fastlane. I did it 10 times at least.
That'll be a good one, though. I think that coming up would be good. Wrestle Dream was good. I know it's October, but Wrestle Dream was better than I thought it was going to be.
True.
So that'll probably be my October one unless something changes.
I mean, that one match on Payback really shocked me with Trish and Becky. How good it
That's
was.
right. Yeah, that was a damn good match.
That was unbelievable. What a way to start the pay-per-view. The crowd was alive. You were there, James. I
was telling my buddy, I was like, hey, man, this, it shouldn't have the hype, or it doesn't have the hype that it should. We'll see how this match goes, blah, blah, blah. And he's sitting there watching. He's like, I thought you said it was going to be a bad match. I was like, man, tearing the fucking house down.
I feel like they took it personal, though everybody was saying about it. Their feud.
Because I think they did too. Like, fuck it, you're one of the best. I'm one of the best. Let's go.
Do it. First cage match for Trish Stratus, by the way. Because they didn't do it back then. That's just the bottom line. They didn't do it back then. So awesome stuff there, Adam.
Is that all you got for us?
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, you can. I don't think there was too much bad wrestling.
Really wasn't.
In September. I mean, I know the controversy with Moxley, whatever. I can't remember exactly what day that happened when he got hurt. But I mean, it's just, dude, when you're in that moment, shit happens, man. You don't.
That was at the New York show. The big
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
That was September, yeah.
Yeah, it was September. It is what it is. It's live, baby.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're in that position, coming from that point of view, you have a split second to react. And I mean, I'm sure Moxley was in his ear. Oh, I'm okay, man. Just let me get through it. Let me get through it. And so I hate that Knox was in that position, man, because I can imagine having to deal with that. I hope I don't ever have to go through that.
Right.
So I mean, he's catching hell, but I mean, I understand he may have reacted differently, but until you're in that position, it's hard to judge. I mean, it really is.
Listen, I'm on a tape show here, and I'm sometimes frozen in time. All right, so let's give everybody a break.
No,
Well,
no, just any of those matches would be great to watch.
you know what else is great to watch? Devin's topic. So, Devin, married man, took her last name. You're so progressive. How? What do you got for us this week?
Moving on. James. So, James, Brad, Adam, Mike, have any of you guys watched any of those videos on Facebook of like the metals melting down, the molten metals? They put them on just anything random and they'll melt
Yeah,
through.
that's in Florida, dude.
Yeah.
The red hot ball, whatever thing.
Yeah, I've been obsessed with those lately. Anyway,
Good
this has
topic.
nothing to do with my topic. So Brad a couple times has played Would You Rather? And I just kind of had an idea that I was going to play Would You Rather with you guys. So, I have 5 different questions of Would You Rather, and I'm going to play it.
God, this is gonna be like a 3-hour episode.
So,
You know we
The
have a
first one.
other later. Great, go ahead.
that's part of the joke. You can see
I-
what you're
Ah.
going to do.
What's going on?
Go,
So-
go.
Would you rather pick pumpkin spice or gingerbread?
Kick it or eat it?
Pick it if you like getting a drink.
I thought you said. I thought you said kick. Also, I'm like,
Gingerbread.
Yeah, gingerbread.
pumpkin spice. Oh wait. No, I'm sorry. Pick gingerbread. Kick pumpkin spice.
I picked pumpkin spice.
Oh, well, you got your
Alright.
Uggs on too?
No, they're getting cleaned.
All right. Would you rather go to a Super Bowl starring your least favorite team or have tickets to WrestleMania and the number 1 contender backs out at the last second?
Yes.
WrestleMania,
WrestleMania.
100%.
Who cares? Who's
Yeah, 'cause
wrestling?
they'll replace him with John Cena.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
And I don't watch NFL.
Not just that. It's still WrestleMania. It's still gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Which WrestleMania are we talking about?
You
Who
will
should-
not catch me dead at a Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not
You
going
will
to Dallas
not catch
Cowboys
me
Super
dead.
Bowl. And by the way, know your audience, Devin.
All right.
That was
How about this one? Would you rather watch a show booked by Eric Bischoff or Tony Khan?
Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff.
Easy E.
Mike
Wow.
agrees. If you wanted to know.
There'll be more psychology and more storytelling about it.
Oh.
Plus, he tell everybody how good it was.
Sarsa.
All right. If you had to be in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Stone Cold Steve Austin, between these 3 people, who would you pick? Stevie Ray, Steve Blackman, or Stevie Richards?
Are they on our team or against? Are we fighting them?
They're on your side in a fight against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stevie Ray.
Steve
We're taking a
Blackman.
count out.
So Steve Blackman. I'm gonna go
He's the
Steve
lethal
Blackman.
weapon.
Yeah, probably Stevie Ray.
And Nikki Bella.
Nice.
Stevie Ray.
All right, and my final question for Would You Rather.
This
Would
guy.
you rather take a Don Callis steel chair shot to the dome or let Adam from Bama hit you in the head with a kendo stick?
Head with a kendo stick, as everybody knows, it does not hurt.
Chair shot.
Yeah, I'm doing that. The one he
Does
just
kendo
passed-
stick hurts like hell?
Yeah, sure it does. Hollow freaking
Chair
branch.
shot.
Yeah, ouch.
It's
Chair
not
shot.
hollow. Who
Yeah,
said it
it's
was
hollow.
hollow?
It's freaking hollow. It's freaking, you can see through it.
I want to give a
Stupid.
shout out to Devin when we have an Ask the Crew episode, and his segment is 5 fucking questions. Shout out.
It's
All
not
right,
hollow.
well.
It's bamboo pieces tied together.
Yeah, I'm real scared, bro. Real scared. Can't wait.
James, tell him, James.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, Bober literally did that.
You can all try
And
to
I was
sell
like,
it.
damn,
I'm not
dude.
buying.
I was like,
Not
that fucking
buying.
hurts.
You guys are all in on it. You got freaking Braden Toon and you got freaking Rolando in on it. Everybody's in on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna
There's
It's
people
gonna hit me, and I'm gonna
working
go
you
like this.
on
I'm gonna
our-
go
on our podcast. They're working you. That's
Yeah, everybody's working me.
just a giant work.
Big work. Get Cena in on it. Like, get everybody. Whatever.
I hope at next Top Guy weekend there is a new sale thing, and we invite all of them and be like, you better fucking Barry Bonds this son of a bitch in
You
the
know
back.
what? Here's another thing. You can pass it through the team one at a time. Freaking nail me with this bitch, and I'm gonna laugh at every one of them.
I think we have only seen Brad this confident for one other thing in his entire life, and that was right before he ate that deathly chip. And we all know where that got him because he sold the story on here before.
Yeah, I'm from Western Pennsylvania. We can handle the heat out there.
I doubt it. Speaking of eating, thanks, Devin.
Yeah, that was my version of Would You Rather.
Fantastic.
Nothing like more questions on a question episode. But hey, speaking of eating, Mike, what you got for the meat minute this week?
Well, I'm going to stick with this whole football party thing. But I'm going to do a Mike's dessert minute. How about that? Change up just there. I'm going to do a slow cooked chocolate chip cookie s'more. What you want to do is get you the pre-made cookie dough. You can get any kind. Chocolate chip is better. Break it up, get the pre-made stuff. You break it up, throw in the crock pot. Get you a bag of mini marshmallows. Put that in the crock pot. You're going to get 1 sleeve of graham crackers, crunch them up, throw that in there. 1 can of evaporated milk. Add that in there. And then get some Hershey's chocolate or something else you can throw in there. Close the lid. Cook it on slow for an hour and a half. When you get done, mix it up. Put it on a plate with a little bit of ice cream. It's fantastic.
Magnifique.
Yep. That's it.
Awesome. Mike's meat minute, man. He is freaking on point. And it
Dessert
sounds
Brought
delicious.
the sweets on this one.
Yes, you don't do sweets much. I like it. Well done, my friend.
Sounds really good.
Hell yeah. And here we go.
Here it is. Aha! No, wait, no, that's not it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're not there yet. But so I always say what Brad puts on the outline for my segment because it's always a this is not a work. I read it and then just like, okay, I'll think of something, But no lie, this one really wasn't that hard to think about, and I think it's perfect for an Ask the Crew episode because it says the spirit of audience participation. Number 1, as everybody knows, when I talk about a lot of things that I enjoy, it is always how people enjoy it too. Like crowd reaction and all that stuff is one of my big things. Like with the Mania 18 match, Rock Hogan, I play it and I tell people, watch how the crowd's reacting. Like, watch how the crowd's reacting. Like that type of stuff. Because the fact that people can sit back and relax and enjoy, because when people are reacting crazy like that during that match, you think they're just worrying about like, oh shit, did Janice send that copy on Tuesday? Like they're not thinking about no shit like that. It's literally a break from reality, and they are living in the moment and having the fucking best time of their life. And we kind of pride ourselves on that on our show. Like, hey, just relax and enjoy it. Like, take a break. You need a break. Take a break. And sometimes on this show, I wonder if we're doing it for y'all or if y'all are doing it for us. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, things get a little tough, and there's a lot of times where I'm nervous about recording the episode, but fuck, I'm ready to take a break. Like I'm ready to hang out with y'all and just fucking kick it And the fact that our audience, participates, which hell, this one is literally your show. It is your questions that we are answering. It is your show, and the fact that y'all are along for the ride means a lot to me because life ain't all fucking rainbows and roses and daisies and all that shit. And sometimes I feel like are are we easing your mind, or is everybody, audience and co-host here, are they easing my mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, because there ain't nothing cooler than doing this podcast. I mean, it really is. Like, it's a well, it's like I'm not gonna say it's a pain in the ass, but there's moments where like posting and all this stuff like just gets to you, but in reality, like it's cool to fucking do, and I enjoy it, and I don't like to brag about myself, and I more than likely never will, but I'm on this show with a bunch of badass dudes, like a bunch of dudes that mean a lot to me, and there's not everything's gonna go the way you want to, but guess what? You got a team. You know what I'm saying? You got a team behind you, and you got the crowd behind you. Audience participation, and it just means a lot to do this. Like, who would have thought? Like, look at James over here. Like look at all James. Like that guy is part of something, and I'm part of something bigger than myself, and ain't nothing better than that. So to the guys, each and every single one of you, this podcast means a whole fucking lot to me. And here's the thing. What are our goals in a year? I don't know. Because we don't even have a sponsor. We could probably have sponsors. We could probably be like, hey, we get listened to, we get ranked, we get blah, blah, blah. We could probably whore out for sponsors. I'm not saying everybody's a whore for getting sponsors. I'm just saying, well, not what it's about. Wouldn't mind the sponsor, but it's not something we're gonna like actively pursue, like blowing up the phone and stuff. You know why? Because that's not relaxing. And I just really we do it for y'all, but more importantly, y'all do it for us. Like this is literally the biggest two-way street of all time, because we get to give y'all some form of entertainment. I hope y'all enjoy it. And but hey, I mean, read the questions from our friends. Like, they're giving us entertainment too. So I'm surrounded by a good group of people, and they make the show, not me. I just happen to be on it. So I want to get that out of the way. Not my show. It's your show. But I don't know, man. I love it and I dig it. And it really, like, when I say, oh, sit back and relax, am I saying it to y'all or am I saying it to myself? I think I'm saying it to both. And what we want to do is have as much fun as we can. And what we want y'all to do is have as much fun as you can. Because here's the thing. It's not our show. It's your show. And kind of, sort of, it's all of our show. And what would that be without audience participation? So I want to thank everybody here, and I want to thank all the listeners, thank all of our friends. It means a whole fucking lot to me to do this. And that's all I got for that.
Thanks, James. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
That being said, is it time for more questions? Audience participation.
Brian around?
I believe it is. And since I am the producer, I don't have to be on camera. So that's the best part.
Where the hell? I hear voices in my head.
God?
Randy?
Yeah.
I really thought God would have a better voice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know, right? You would think so, but
Nebraska?
I know,
Dude.
even worse.
It's almost as bad as him being from Alabama.
It's like a Mesopotamia, some would say.
All right, we'll start with the first question here. Who is a wrestler that you did not get or was not a fan of at first, but eventually came around on?
Easy.
We'll start with Brad.
Easy. The Undertaker. I'm going to tell you right now, when that character first came out, I was thought, this is so extreme. Like, this is such an extreme change. Like, we're talking supernatural powers. But then he kept doing it and doing it and doing it and evolving it. And then he evolved it and he moved it to a different direction and came back to it. And finally, I'm like, all right, I like him. Yeah, The Undertaker.
Rolando Perez. No, I'm kidding. I will say this, no lie. I respected it, but I didn't really get it. But Orange Cassidy. Like, I was like, okay, you know, whatever. What's this fucking Joker doing? Like, I respect your talent, but what the fuck is this? And then once I started watching it, I was like, wait a second. He's pulling the old double deuce on everybody, you know? And I dug it. I've been a huge Orange fan ever since. And hey, that dude's got talent.
I agree with James. I didn't understand it at first. And then I actually watched him actually wrestle for real. Like, he quit doing the kick stuff one match. And he showed out that he really actually has talent. So I'm 100% behind him now.
Right?
What
Someone
about
that
Drew
I go, Mike.
Said it. Drew McIntyre. When he came in and he was that Vince McMahon's guy,
The three-man band.
chosen one or whatever he was. And then he left and he came back. And I mean, he came back a megastar. I mean, jacked up to the bones. I mean, even who's the other guy? Jinder Mahal. Same thing.
Had a pretty good title run, too.
Yeah. I mean, he just kind of disappeared. And next thing you know, he's our champion.
I like that. I like both those answers.
I like when Chris Masters was first in the WWE. Absolutely hated him. Was not a fan of him. But ever since he's been Chris Adonis and back in the NWA, he's really shown like that veteran leadership and really like been able to put in a lot of great ring work, good matches. And I become a huge fan of Chris Adonis in his first run with NWA here.
All right, I didn't see that coming.
No, great answers, everybody. Mix it up a little bit. What is your favorite movie?
Who do you want to go
Oh,
first?
go, James. You go first here.
Varsity Blues. We all know that. Varsity Blues, the
Yep.
best movie of all time. Scarface is good, Goodfellas is good, but Varsity Blues overall.
Mine's
Go for
Lone
Brad.
Star State Mine.
Mike, you got it?
Rocky 1.
It was 1,000,000 to 1 shot.
It's the underdog story, man. I love it. There's a lot like it, but there's nothing like the original there.
I like that movie, Law Abiding Citizen.
Oh, good movie.
I just didn't see that coming. You know, like what?
That's a great movie.
That is a
The
really, really good movie.
Liar is always one of my top favorites.
I love Liar Liar.
You want to talk about a fucking opposite ends of the spectrum?
And Sling Blade.
Let's go back to Liar Liar. And let's talk about how half that movie has nothing to do with lying. And it's just Jim Carrey being a freaking lunatic. Okay? What did the pen being blue have to do with him writing on himself? Just such good shit. I love it. Your cholesterol.
Devin?
I think a lot of his movies are damn hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm gonna go with I really love The Longest Yard.
Which
That's
one?
one of my
Which one?
favorite
Burt
movies.
Reynolds?
No, with Adam Sandler.
Is.
I've never seen the original, but
Shocking.
I
Did
love
you
the
know-
remake with Adam
He
Sandler.
didn't hit it.
Did you know, Devin, that Burt Reynolds is in both of them?
Yeah, he's the older guy, the coach.
Did you
Correct.
also know the questions about Batista's dick? The longest yard.
I got a
What we
second
call a
one.
callback in the comedy biz.
My one of my all-time favorite movies is Elf.
Thought that was
We talked
Goldberg.
about it in the past.
Well, you married it last week, even though that wasn't the game.
All right.
It's so
What-
funny.
It just is. It's great. All right. What in the crew's mind is the most cringeworthy moment in WWE history? We'll start with. Now we'll go with Adam on this one.
Most cringeworthy? Probably anytime Vince McMahon took a Stone Cold Stunner. Anytime he took a stunner, it was just nasty. It was like, oh god, that was horrible. So that's probably one of them that just sticks out to me for some reason.
We'll go with Mike next.
What about when Eddie got busted open? Was it a Judgment Day? I
The
think it was.
JBL.
Yep, the Judgment Day match. Yep.
That right there had to be one of them.
We'll go with James.
Katie Vick, maybe. I mean, come on, guys. You know, Katie Vick was bad, and honorary mention when Vince walks up and says, "What's up, my?" You know, like that's
buddy.
those two moments was like, woo, probably wish you could erase those. And maybe the Benoit tribute, but that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Go for Brad.
I mean, it's recent. It was Biggie landing on his neck. Very cringeworthy. It just wasn't fun. Very cringy.
If we're going that route, don't forget about Sia jumping off the turnbuckle.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad,
In
scary
his
moments.
leg.
But that one really shot it up my spine, if you know what I mean.
We'll go for Devin.
So I thought it too. There's one accident-wise when Brock Lesnar went to do the shooting star press against Kurt Angle at WrestleMania and landed on his head. I definitely cringed at that one. But also some of just the ridiculous moments that like Eric Bischoff's put us through over the years with like HLA and stuff like that. Looking back and watching it now, it's definitely cringeworthy.
Right.
Well, since we've also had an NFL theme here a little bit, who is the crew's favorite NFL player that they have watched? We'll
What do you
start with
mean watch?
James since he's got his helmet.
Jason Witten, dude. Jason Witten. I saw. Well, I mean, you know, like Romo, Dez, like they were all on that team. But as a man and as a person, well, DeMarcus Ware's in there too. But Jason Witten is like he's a really, really great person. Like I really like Jason Witten.
Go for Brad next here.
This is gonna turn a few people off, but Michael Vick, and when he came to the Eagles, we had a game against the Giants where we were down by just so many points, and we had 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and there's no business winning, and he literally brought us back himself, and he was one of the most amazing athletes, and this is after his incident, and I'm not, of course, don't condone it, but what an athlete, man, what an athlete, and I liked having him on my side for a while.
And he definitely turned the corner out after that too.
Yeah, he did.
Devin.
It's probably got to be Alex Smith. I loved him when he was drafted for the 49ers, then was our starting quarterback for years through a lot of garbage years. And then when Jim Harbaugh came there, Alex Smith was able to play like Alex Smith should have been and brought us to the championship. And then even later when he was on Washington and snapped his leg in half and then still came back the next year and won comeback player of the year.
Damn near died and then came back and played. That's insane.
He's always been resilient and one of the athletes that I've always looked up to as kind of someone that definitely inspires me.
Good one.
Adam, who do you got?
So there's not a big NFL following in Alabama, but for some reason, I was always a big Jamal Anderson fan for the running back for the Falcons because he did the Dirty Bird after each touchdown. And that Dirty Bird just sticks out to me. I always loved the Dirty Bird.
Yeah,
they beat the 98 Vikings, which was a damn good team. Moss.
Mike, who do you got?
Well, mine, he wasn't not my favorite in the NFL, but he's in the NFL.
Please say Goldberg.
No, I'm going to say Matthew Stafford. He played for Georgia. He was their quarterback. So, I guess, I'm going to take a different route and go with him.
Played for Detroit when they had a bunch of good people, but they were always shitty. Him and Megatron, dude. God, Megatron was good.
39 years old. He's already in the Hall of Fame at that time.
From Georgia Tech.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who would have thought one of the best receivers of all time came from Georgia Tech and they run the triple option all the time?
Right?
All right, next question here we've got is, what is your favorite TV show of all time? And I'll start with Devin on that one.
So I guess it may look bad now, but my favorite TV show of all time is The 70s Show. I've always been able to watch it
because I see why you said that. That's okay. He was he's an actor, man.
And shit going on with Hyde, and then
I
mean, it doesn't look great for Ashton and Mila right now. So just with I don't know, but always that show's my go-to. At any point, I could throw that on and just laugh.
Yeah,
for
you want to
2
sit in that
hours.
circle with them is what you want to do.
Right?
I know what you're doing. I know.
You got me. You
I
got
knew
me.
what they were doing in that circle.
All right, Brad, what do you got?
I think I mentioned it last week or week before, but I love the show Lost, even though it didn't end right. Most shows don't end right, right? Most they're lucky they got to end the show at all
Right.
because most shows just get canceled. But it was a great show. I got lost in it, if you know what I'm saying.
Ah!
And I just thought it was such the way they tied everything together and the shock factor every week. I love the shock factor. Like, oh my gosh, that happened. And that's why I love wrestling. So it kind of that's why I really liked it.
Adam, what about you?
Hey, you gotta say it for the non-video.
I was always a big Alf fan, and always Family Matters, Steve Urkel.
It's just hilarious that you have it.
Hey,
Is that
Adam.
still the rapper? Like,
Adam, you know they have a channel just for Alf, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read the good news on the newspaper.
newspaper pages.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, did not see Alf coming on that one. So
no.
No one did.
My kids got me an Alf doll that talks for Father's Day, and it's like one of my best Father's Day gifts ever. I have it in my son's bedroom in the closet. It talks and everything.
That'd be great.
I love it. And then of course the Ninja Turtles. I mean,
Heroes in a half shell.
Turtle Power.
All right, Whitaker, what do you got?
I got two because I can't pick one out of both of these. But I'm gonna go Sons of Anarchy and Prison Break. I watch those at least once a year.
All right, James.
Honorable mention, Married with Children. Shout out to what Brad said. It kind of just ended because they canceled it like the last episode. But Seinfeld, baby. That's my favorite show of all time.
It's up there for sure. I mean,
Love it. Dude, I mean, like the characters and how they are, and Costanza. I mean, my God.
I thought you were gonna say Friends, but
Yeah, I wipe my ass with Friends.
All right, what is your favorite superstar entrance theme of all time? We'll start with Mike.
Bray Wyatt. And I'm gonna go with the Fiend's theme.
It's a good one. I like that. James.
Not to be generic, because of course I'm gonna go with, bam, 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 like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the broken glass. I'm not gonna do the gong. Not gonna do Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, or Taker. But I'll give you one that really got me every time, and I fucking love it. Glorious. I will give it.
I had a feeling you were gonna go
glorious. I thought that was so sick, dude. When he would walk out, the bar had a good entrance too. But man, that glorious thing, like, because Robert Roode would come out, strut ass, and then he'd turn around and face the jumbotron, throw his arms to the side, and then would just say "glorious" right across the screen. Sick. Oh, it's so badass. And
Adam?
Shinsuke.
Yeah, Shinsuke is good, but I know he wasn't the greatest wrestler in the world, but I could just listen to this music and it would jack me up as the Ultimate Warrior. just the guitar riffs, dun 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 dun. Dude, it would just make you want to go outside and run in circles and shit. I mean, it's just I always loved the music, and then of course Randy Orton.
Brad.
so I think, and it's already been said, but Shinsuke's when they really do it, like there's been times when they have the violin that's there and everything like that.
What about Rick Boogs?
I don't think it gets any better than that. I mean, heel or babyface, he's gonna have to lose that entrance if he's ever gonna want to be a real heel again. I'm sorry, because that entrance is so good.
The violin, when they're like,
I think
Jade Cargill's music is great. I've been listening to that. Her old music is awesome.
But as far as music I used to hate, let's go there. When Piper came out to the bagpipes, man. When as a kid, listen to that, I was like, nope.
Oh no, I think Tommaso Ciampa's got pretty good music too.
Devin, what do you got?
Is the question just music or overall entrance?
The entrance theme, like the theme song.
Okay, then my all-time favorite theme song.
If he says Sammy Guevara, kick his ass out of the group.
Is a team of X-Pac, Just Incredible, and A-Train, the X Factor.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say DX.
I loved Uncle Cracker singing the X Factor. I love that song. I had it on
if we're talking about
CD
themes,
and played it on loop.
If we're talking about themes, you got to go Booker T though.
Yeah,
True.
Ice.
Booker T. I love John Cena's old one too. The word like wicka wicka wicka.
Edge's music's good.
How about he kept it?
Yeah.
Are you surprised that he kept it?
No, because the band is good friends of his.
TK will buy anything. Hell, he bought fucking was that Walterano or whatever?
Yeah, but it's different. But it's different buying it from the WWE because I think they would not sell it for spite. You know?
No, WWE never owned it. Triple A. I mean,
as long as he didn't
Edge
own it, then I
always
didn't
did.
know that. Yeah, that's kind of like
Edge always had permission to use it.
Usage rights. So
Yeah,
AEW
that's
can
true.
buy those too.
That's true because Daniel Bryan's music was never his.
Keep their music and their name. When they, like,
Do you think WWE
does it for them? I think they should be able to keep it. Or if they're from AEW and come over, I just
Not even allowed to do a yes chant.
that's
Brian
what I'm saying.
Danielson.
I mean, that's stupid. They should be able to take that. You know,
Freaking they don't allow him to say yes.
I know.
Ridiculous. Yes is not their word.
Yeah.
You should get Matthew McConaughey over there. All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right, for our next question, it does have a picture with it, as submitted by a fan for you. So,
can
everybody see the picture?
Well, Mike's camera's about to turn off for a second.
Those Brads.
So, so on our screen for our non-video participants here, for only audio, we have Jennifer Lawrence, Scarlett Johansson, Megan Fox, and Emma Watson. The question was submitted: who do you choose and why? We'll start with Devin.
Oh boy.
Erica Briggs.
Right.
So, well, yeah, that'd be my first choice is Erica Briggs, but since she's not in the photo,
not pictured.
Since she's not in the picture, I'm gonna go with Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Why?
Transformers, New Girl, her
Teenage
Instagram.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Oh man,
it's Megan Fox.
Yeah, it's not even a question.
I have to agree. It's not a question. I think she is probably one of the hottest women ever to walk the face of the earth.
Good to know. All right. Then we'll go for Mike.
You know what? The whole MJF thing just kind of puts a little break on that one. So I'm going with Hermione chick.
That would be Emma Watson. Mm-hmm. James.
Is all of them an option?
Can I have this picture?
I mean,
picture can be sent in the chat. Yes.
By choosing one, we're definitely not, downplaying the others.
No, they're all hot. I mean,
no.
Talk about a new background picture.
I was thinking of just, like,
gravy train.
Just about 10 posters here.
I just got to answer something so we can get this off the screen. Megan Fox, because I liked her in Transformers and stuff, but shout out to all them ladies, huh? Shout out to all them ladies for
shout out,
taking
great
care
dresses.
of their bodies and being great actresses also.
I should be drinking milk more often.
I got to be doing something better with myself.
Go ahead. Moving on.
Moving on.
Next question, Brian.
On that note, because you have to also, as Brad always likes to say, include the men in this. Who would be your man crush? And we're going to start with Brad.
Oh, I don't get to see a picture.
No, there's no pictures for this one.
All right, Zach Efron. It's real simple, and because he's hot and he's going to be in the movie The Iron Claw.
Which you're seeing at Christmas.
Yes, Christmas Day. I'm going to be there.
Devin.
It's George Kittle. He's my favorite player in the NFL. He's a stud. He's got the cool long hair, and he's
he's wrestling.
Wrestler,
Did y'all see that he's wrestling?
Yeah, tagging with Penta El Zero Mero. That's cool for CWF, I believe.
We'll go with James next.
He will be in the WWE.
Shout out to Finn Balor and his 20-pack abs, but I really don't know. You know what? I'll get the ladies, Aquamaning with Momoa. Yeah.
Adam.
Go ahead.
I don't know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, good answer.
Yeah.
Money and looks.
Exactly.
None of the other ones have money, right?
Right,
Future
yeah.
presidency.
And we'll go with Mike.
Mike loves this shit.
Chris Hemsworth. Thor.
Oh,
Stud.
good one. Yeah.
Nice hair.
Yeah, great body, huh?
And on that note, that's all the questions I had, you guys. So
That was
back to you
great.
guys.
Thanks so
Nope,
much,
nope. Sorry, Bryant. You can't go away without answering. Who's your male crush?
It's Paul Rudd. Easy. Paul Rudd. That has been the crush.
It's so
for a
damn
long
random.
For real, that is out of
Freaking
nowhere.
random. It's because he doesn't
And
age.
that never ages.
And there's a
Yeah.
lot of girls that I hook up with, and they call me Ant-Man, but I never figured out why.
Hey,
Hey. All right, back to you, James.
Well,
We already did that.
any more second half questions?
No, we're all set.
No, that was it. That was all the
Well,
questions that were
I thought
submitted
I
after.
seen one on Facebook or something in one of the groups that we're in.
I asked it.
Then ask it.
No, I gotta find it.
I don't know.
You may have asked. I don't know.
That probably did.
Glad you were prepared for this part.
I was.
Are we gonna wait till you find it, or are we going
No,
to?
please. We can always ask it later.
Yeah, it's true. You know what we can ask later? What the people are watching.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, I thought so. Thanks.
So, Devin, what are the people watching?
So, for my Devin's demographic this week, I got 3 things. My first one, I
God,
just
you
want
asked
to give
5 questions on an Ask Question episode. Now you have 3 fucking deals. What are you, Mike? Are we gonna listen to like the top 10 of everything and then ask 5 movies and like all
From a
this
pay per view 6 months ago.
For real.
if Brad gets to rant about 14 things, I can shit about 3. So
Still get it in under 3 minutes.
He talks fast. Yeah, I was about to say he talks fast.
mine would be under 3 minutes if James stopped talking. I'm just fucking.
Take it away.
All right. Number 1, I just want to give a shout out to my boy J Cal, and at the wrestling show at Alliance Wrestling, he covers a bunch of the NWA, and me and him have been talking a little bit. He's gonna be shouting us out if we shout him out. So I would just like to shout out anyone who's looking for some more NWA coverage. Go
What's
check
his
out
name?
Alliance
Jake
Wrestling.
What is it?
Alliance Wrestling. His name is J Cal.
Yeah, now Jay Cal at Alliance Wrestling.
Shout out. JCal Alliance Wrestling.
Number 2, I know a lot of y'all don't care about baseball, but I absolutely love it. So recently, this year, baseball just ended, and we had some great, absolutely great players retire. We have Miguel Cabrera, Zach Greinke, Steven Strasburg, Brandon Crawford, and Adam Wainwright. They're just some of the absolute legends. And I got to watch Steven Strasburg play when he was playing against the Yankees when he was on the Nationals. So that was cool.
Shout out.
Tommy John.
And for my third Devin's demographic this week, if you haven't checked it out yet, you need to be watching The Golden Bachelor. There's a guy named Gary that's 72 years old.
I saw
And he
that
is-
on my thing. on my Netflix. Or whatever it
He's
is,
the
Hulu.
newest Bachelor, the Golden Bachelor, for the first season ever. There's this guy named Jerry. All the contestants are 60 plus, and it's fantastic. Watching some of the stuff that these crazy women are doing. We have Susan, who was completely outgoing, told Jerry that she has 6-inch heels on and knows how to handle 6 inches.
Whoa.
What about 3?
We had this woman named Teresa, who was 68 years old, and it was her birthday. So she needed to show up in her birthday suit.
Brad, stop, dude.
They showed her from behind, and she ripped off her robe right for Gary. We had this woman named April who grew up on a farm, so she brought a basket of eggs for Jerry.
I bet
Full
she
basket
did.
of eggs.
Is that what they're calling it now? The old basket of eggs?
We had this woman named Chippy who was 84 years old. She got out of the car and was like, honey, where are we going to? Asking the limo driver, asking him to take her arm and all sorts of funny shit. She gets up to Jerry and she's like, hey, I just really wanted to meet you. My nephew got me to be on the show. He's like, who's your nephew? Oh, it's Jimmy Fallon. So you got Jimmy Fallon's aunt on the show. And then one of my favorites so far, her name is Faith. She showed up on a motorcycle. She seemed badass, and she got Jerry's first rose. So now that I've caught you up on the first episode of The Golden Bachelor on ABC, make sure you check it out next week after Dancing with the Stars. Back to you, James.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that does sound like a pretty cool premise for a show, like The
Fucking
Golden Bachelor.
hilarious. Dude, I sat there and watched the whole thing. It was
The
great.
Golden Bachelor. So it's all
Senior citizens. Literally everyone's 65 plus.
See, here's the thing I'm scared of. My dad's gonna hear this and be like, wait, what? Huh? The Golden Bachelor show. Ah. You know, my
Well,
dad,
shout out, Randy.
You'll see my
Message
dad
me.
on next season.
Oh man, I was freaking laughing a lot.
Dude.
I swear I seen Randy on an episode of Undercover Boss or something. I swear it looked just like a guy at Walmart.
It could have been. Did he have blue hair?
No, hang
Maybe
on.
my
this
dad
was-
signed an NDA and he can't talk about it right
Wait a
now.
minute. Is your dad part of like a lodge or something? He goes and hangs out with his buddies.
Yeah,
And like,
I'm sure he is.
Is that lodge backroading and drinking?
no, it was in Oklahoma.
What are we talking about, Adam?
I
Are you,
don't
what
even
are you
know.
getting at?
He's talking about
In
old
it?
people in TV shows. So I thought I seen him on a TV show.
So you're like naming everything he could be possibly doing.
Yeah, I could have sworn I seen him on Undercover Boss.
Speaking of what my
So
dad
check
could
out-
be doing, shout out to the Golden Girls. That's a good show, huh?
I love the Golden Girls.
Hilarious.
Check out
Rose-
season 2 of The Golden
Rose and
Bachelor
Sylvia?
starring Randy
Hilarious.
Alcaray.
Golden Girls.
Oh, maybe there'll be guests on for him.
All right, is that
Yeah, he's done. That was a lot.
It
man?
might have been 48 hours. I don't remember what I was watching.
What are we doing?
You know what else is 48 hours? This episode. But let's keep it going with the hottest rising segment in podcast today. You know it, I know it, and we all love it. It is a Waka 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 with Adam. So Adam, take it away.
Turn my light on so I can see what I wrote. All right, so my doctor told me that I have the peekaboo virus. He sent me straight to ICU.
Ow!
Boom.
So I used
like
to be a personal trainer, but I had to put in my 2-week notice.
As an in-ring performer.
Get it? Because he's 2 week. Personal
Yeah.
trainer, 2 week.
We got it.
I had to explain it from Mike. He looked lost. You know, so my wife still thinks I'm pretty sexy because every time I walk by her, she says, "What an ass."
Brad knows that one, and Devin will know that one.
Fast forward 5 years.
And then she
5
also
years.
told me that she also said I'm one of the cheapest guys in the world, but I'm not buying it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
You know, we was in an argument the other day, and she took off her shirt as soon as I started winning the argument. I think it was a booby trap.
Ah!
I've been caught in that one before.
God.
That's what I do. A couple of married ones for Devin. There you go, buddy.
I liked it.
I got a married joke. Marriage. What a joke. Huh?
Yeah, that way to tie the knot.
Nope.
Yeah,
That
always
joke-
tie the knot instead.
Nope. You're going to set me up, and we're not doing that.
And I'm glad it's tied. I was gonna leave that hanging there.
Boy, howdy. You know what else is, I don't even. So, I would rather get away from this before I say something dumb. And what, so Brad, well, whatever. What would you rather?
Yeah, second time in the episode, huh?
And isn't that funny?
October edition of Would You Rather. Keep it clean today. Would you rather get attacked by a giant spider or a spooky skeleton? Devin,
Skeleton. Fuck spiders.
why?
I don't like any spiders. If
So
they're in
you're
my
okay
house,
with like a skeleton?
I mean, I'm gonna have to be.
Alright.
I ain't fighting a spider.
Yeah,
Mike?
I agree. I agree with Devin because if it's got more legs than me, I don't want a part of it.
Can it be the Spider-Man spider?
It could be whatever spider you want, all right? I mean, what the hell?
I mean, I'll get attacked by the Spider-Man.
We're gonna get technical. Yes, great. So now you're gonna turn into Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. If it's a Spider-Man spider, shit, I'll come on, get it. Come on, buddy. No, but no, I hate spiders. So, like, is this skeleton like beating my ass, or like, what are we doing here?
It's not a good situation.
Poisonous or non-poisonous spider?
It's not specific. Is it a? I think the answer should be spider.
What?
Skeleton? I think we're in a different realm if it's a skeleton.
Fair, that's true. Push. But no, I don't want to get bit by a poisonous spider, so I guess I'm getting jumped by a skeleton.
Yeah, I'm going spider. I think I can handle the spider. I'm not dealing with this weird.
What? What if it's a poisonous one kills you?
You know what? I'll take my chances. I mean, what's the skeleton going to do to me?
Just beat you up.
Did I tell you what one of my daughter's favorite things to do right now is?
Dude.
Catch moths out on the porch and throw them in spider webs.
All right.
I'm just saying. Like, this is the same one night with the pig.
So this moth is just minding its own business, and then all of a sudden it's like caught by a giant in its eyes and thrown into a spider web, and it's like, well, fuck me, I'm dead. You know?
So, would you rather sleep in a haunted house or a haunted graveyard? Devin?
Fuck a graveyard. Let me get a haunted house.
Nah. What about you?
Graveyard, there's too many.
I've done
I'd say
it.
haunted graveyard because
Yeah.
I hate haunted houses because I hate clowns.
What? What are the
I hate
clowns?
clowns are in a haunted house.
Oh, they are?
They're already down here.
We all float in this house.
Apparently. All right, Mike.
I've done a graveyard before. It wasn't haunted, but
It could have been.
I mean, I didn't. Wait, no, we didn't sleep. When I was a kid, when I was like a teenager, we were all said something about, hey, we're gonna spend the night at such and such a house, and we went to the graveyard and stayed all fucking night.
Man, you never know how this is going to go.
Hey, shout out to our fans for like, you think we know each other. We really sometimes don't.
I'm just saying. I mean, I was like 13.
Good times, man. Good times.
So house or graveyard?
Yeah.
As everybody knows, not really religious, but I do not fuck with spirits. So neither would be my definite answer. But because you ever seen possessions and stuff like that? That's crazy.
Not interested.
Woo. But here we go. Haunted house or graveyard? Which one would I just spook myself out, and which one would be legit like possession style? I can sleep in my car at a graveyard, right?
Listen, I don't know how specific we need to get.
I mean, technically, you're in the graveyard. I mean, as long as you're parked in the graveyard, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not staying in a haunted house.
All right.
Well,
Me neither.
you know, the door creaks at midnight, like, woo, like I'm talking like legit haunted house, you know.
Here's what I'm getting at here. All right. If the house is haunted, it's haunted for a reason. Okay. Everybody's in the graveyard dead already. They're supposed to be there. That's where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be in the house. If they're in the house, they're coming after you. The graveyard, I think they're just living there.
Yeah,
But my bad. I'm thinking about like a Halloween haunted house. My bad.
Well, it can be whatever you want. I wasn't specific, but at the same time, I don't know why. I still don't know why there's
I
clowns.
don't know why we're breaking this down. Like we're
I don't know
real
why there's
technical on this
clowns
one.
there.
You mean like an evil spirit haunted house? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not staying in an evil spirit haunted house.
So you're just saying like a pretend haunted house that we go
Yeah,
through and take $10 at the door?
Yeah, that's
You
what
turn
you're
the
talking
corner,
about.
someone jumps
All right,
out.
fuck it. I'm sleeping there. Yeah, I'm sleeping there because that ain't real.
Can I have a beer with them after the show?
Yeah, I
No, I'd
actually
rather stay in-
participated in a
No,
haunted house once.
I'd rather be in an actual legit haunted house. I don't want to fuck with clowns at a make believe haunted house. I hate clowns.
There are no clowns there.
They are in the make believe haunted house. I hate them bitches.
All right. All right.
So I grew up in
Boy,
4-H,
howdy.
and every October we would always throw on this big haunted house. So I've been in
Yeah.
a few haunted houses.
fun. It's not fun to
Yeah.
go through, but it's fun to be a part of.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do one more. Would you rather meet a vampire or a werewolf? Devin.
So Gangrel or Michael J. Fox?
It could be whatever one you want, just no clown.
I think I'm gonna choose Edward. Give me a
I don't know
vamp.
what that means.
You only watch Twilight?
vampire
What the
from
hell?
Twilight.
Oh, that's
My
right.
God,
That's
Brad.
right.
Twilight. Yeah, good grief.
Jeez.
Congratulations on your marriage.
All right. Go ahead, Mike. I know you're really thinking about it.
Vampire.
Years.
Why? Because it's just cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Good
cool.
answer.
I mean, have you seen that Dracula show, cartoon movie, whatever it's called, monster, whatever? I don't know what it's called.
Lost Boys is pretty awesome.
Ha.
You guys are all too young for that, huh? Go
I'm
ahead.
picking werewolf because I don't want to be around no vampire because I don't want him sucking my blood or anything else.
Fair. I'm sure a werewolf's not scary. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
but
James.
It ain't trying to suck my blood though.
You
I
can
just had to
talk to a vampire. What if a werewolf's just a ravenous beast that just attacks
Yeah.
you? Like
I mean,
that's what I'm getting at. Not
but it could be
everything's
Michael
Michael
J.
J.
Fox,
Fox
though.
and he's fucking doing
Yeah.
360 dunks, you know, at the high school fucking pep rally. You know.
What a winner! What a winner!
A
Team Wolf
werewolf.
2 was.
And have you ever seen Thriller? But no, I think I could talk to a vampire, so I would rather be around the vampire, so hopefully I could talk my way out of it. But he'd look at my fat ass and be like, boy, I could eat for days on this. So I'd probably be a sucker to that. But a werewolf is a ravenous beast. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Hell
no. It's really no answer here. It's vampire because first off, you can party with a vampire. But vampires party. They're living the night. They're living the
all the way to the
nightlife.
sunrise.
I know they're drinking blood. I'm drinking wine. It's all good. I'm in vampire. I'm gonna take my chances with the vampire. And that is it for Would You Rather.
What if you get really drunk and then the vampire just like sucks a little bit of your blood, dilutes it, so then you can keep getting drunk?
True Blood was a badass show, by the way.
Never saw it.
It was good. It was pretty good. But there were werewolves in it too. No. Go figure. Anyway,
I've been to the
back
streets. I met a couple True Bloods.
back to you, James.
So whoop. I'm kidding. On the set. Hell yeah. Love that. Well, hey, appreciate that, Brad. That was fun stuff. And you know what else is fun stuff? Next week. So what is next week?
So let me do this. All right. So next week, you wanted it? Yeah, no, actually you didn't. But Matt M, the famous Matt M, is coming on the show. He's real excited. Matt M, top guy, friend of the show for a long time, great friend of all of ours. He's coming on. He picked 2 great matches: NXT Halftime Heat 2019 and Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi Cruiserweight Classic.
Why do
So,
you say Matt M? Why
because
don't
that's
you
his
say
name,
his
Matt M.
last name?
No, it is Matt M.
Leaky
No, no. He is always Matt M.
Matika Leaky. That's how you pronounce it. Not really. It's Matt
And
Malinconico.
because Matt M is coming on the show,
Yeah.
Lotus wants to make an appearance and say hello to Matt M.
Shout out Lotus.
Yeah, she loves Matt M.
Shout
She
out
loves
Matt M.
What's the backstory on that?
We met at the
Oh yeah, that's
Ring of
right.
Honor
My
show,
bad,
and she thought he was hilarious. She thought he was funny.
Well,
She goes,
looks
"You know
ain't
what I roast
everything.
about wrestling?" I go, "What?" She goes, "Matt M."
Matt Malinconico, good guy, great friend. Giants suck, but
Yeah.
the New York Giants are terrible. But Matt M is a great dude. So,
Great, and he won't leave me alone about this episode. He texts me every day about it. He's real excited.
can't wait to have him on. I will be in Texas for that episode, but hey, don't worry, fans. I'll still be on. But I will definitely be at my mom's house, visiting the fan band. But can't wait for next week. Matt's a cool dude. So
That's it.
is it time?
I think it is. It's been the longest episode we've had in a while, huh? That was fun
Man,
though.
But it was good though. I want to thank everyone for the questions. Means a lot to us. Glad we had fun. Pretty stress-free episode. Still had an outline, which is cool. But hey, the Ask Us episodes, we'll wait another 70 fucking episodes to do it again. But it was fun. Hope you have fun. Hope everybody have fun. And you know what else is fun? Fucking just sitting back and relaxing with your boys. Having a couple beers like myself did. You don't have to have beers, but just do whatever makes you happy. And obviously, you got the job, you got your everyday life. But hey, you need an escape sometimes. And what better way to escape than your show? And I think this is the biggest episode we've ever had, besides that megasode, where this is like literally your show. Like it literally was. And the funny thing about the audience participation is it gave us a break from ourselves and we got to fucking, realize what it's about. So I like that, because things aren't easy and life does get troubling and life does get hard. And sometimes you feel like everything's just pushing you down and weighing you down. But guess what? The things weighing you down don't determine what you are and what you can be. You know what does determine that? Yourself. When you fucking kick out at 2. Because here's the thing. Y'all do it. We do it. Everybody does it. When life gets you down, guess what? You stare that son of a bitch directly in the face and you smirk and laugh because they can't pin you down. You know why? Because you kick out at 2. That's what we do. That's what you do. And with the power of all of us combined, there ain't a damn thing we can't do. So always remember, your toughest times will lead to your brightest days. And that's what we do on your show. And you kick out at 2. Want to thank everybody for the questions. Can't wait to see Matt next week. And be sure to check out Rolando Perez last week. And guess what? We'll definitely be seeing you again on your show, The Kickout Crew. Goodbye.